welcome to the Master of Unlocking podcast. It is February 14th, Valentine's Day.
Happy Valentine's Day, guys.
I know. Caleb, are you somebody's sweetheart today?
Nope.
Oh, no. Jason, somebody's sweetheart today?
I'm your guys' sweetheart today.
Oh, man. Love is in the air.
How about video games?
Games are everywhere.
Oh, God. Video games can be my sweetheart.
Yep.
The only thing that has ever loved me back as much as I've loved it.
That is very true.
I'm serious.
Yeah.
That's a shot at my wife.
Yeah. I
Do better.
You know,
And your children.
I'm putting forth the effort here. Come on.
Come on, take a look.
Games are giving it to me back. Yeah.
I see that look that your baby gives you. He's just not interested.
He's disillusioned. That's what he is.
Completely.
Yeah.
Oh, boy. We have played some games since the new year, I guess.
Yeah.
Well, last time we got together was a game of the year, so it's been about 6 weeks.
Well, talked about video. Last time we talked about video games.
Yeah,
Yeah.
last time we talked about video games. We have talked about TV, that's for sure.
We did get together and talk about the things that we were excited about, right?
Oh, that's true, yes. We did.
That's
But
the
we
last
didn't
time we talked, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so right at the beginning of the year, which nothing had came out yet. So so here we are. Stuff has come out. What have we been playing?
Everything.
Everything. Who wants to start us off?
I don't know. Who has the most robust list?
Here, let me.
Caleb.
I could probably just do.
I think we compared game sizes the other day, and I believe I had one more.
Really?
Oddly enough.
No. That was just the games I've completed.
Oh,
I think you listed everything
I only
you've
played
played.
games I've played. That's
Yeah,
right.
so-
So yeah, as usual, Caleb's list is a little bit bigger.
Well, let me just do a lightning round here. I did a pretty good job.
Okay,
of,
lightning round of
Hey,
this.
cue the lightning round music, Logan.
Oh, please capture that. Let's use that every time.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. I was thinking about getting a soundboard for this whole new thing, but we'll do that.
Beautiful.
So when January rolls around, that's generally my backlog time because there's nothing out, and I'm over the last year's stuff. So
Okay.
so the things I did, I finished Spyro 3 out of that Reignited trilogy. Got the triple platinum in that Reignited.
Did you?
Yeah,
Man.
it's very easy.
Wow.
Very easy platinum.
You spent a lot of time playing that when we were just all hanging out there.
Yeah, I think I was playing Spyro 2 when we were hanging out that day.
That game looked really nice.
Yeah, yeah. Spyro 3 is the weakest of the three, but whatever. It's still fun. I would recommend that package. It's $30 for 3 platinum
Free
trophies.
Anytime Caleb recommends a package to me, I'm interested.
Yep.
That's true.
Yep. I'm trying to remember the order of stuff I played. The next one I played was The 11th
Wait,
Hour.
You played The Order?
No, I didn't play The Order. Well, I did, but it's been years.
I like The Order. Shut up, guys. I like The Order.
It's fine.
I actually
It's
never
fine.
played it. I don't know why. I just never got around to it.
Man, you're off the podcast.
Okay, bye. See you later.
Goodbye.
I played a game called The 11th Hour, which is the sequel to The Seventh Guest, which was a PC FMV horror puzzle game. The 11th Hour is way goofier, and the puzzles are not as good at all. So I do not recommend. Pass on that one.
Okay.
I played through Chibi Robo on the GameCube, which is a cool game. It's got a lot of like backtracking and monotonous stuff, though. Some grinding towards the end.
Chibi Robo is of its time now,
Yeah.
but it was novel when it
I
came
was
out.
I was hoping it was more of a collectathon like Banjo-Kazooie, Donkey Kong 64, but it's not. It's its own thing.
Yeah, I was working in gaming retail when that was out, and people liked it quite a bit.
Yeah, it's definitely unique, that's for sure. I played through Mr. Mosquito, which is a
Wow.
Mr.
Yeah.
Mosquito way back.
Did you play that on a modern console?
I just hooked it up my PS2 and played it that way.
Okay.
Yeah.
Even better. All right.
Yeah.
Sure.
It's not a good game.
Oh.
It kind of sucks, actually.
Yes. Yeah, everybody thought you were going to be able to see that chick naked in the tub, though.
Yeah, and I don't think you
didn't.
can.
No, because you could drown yourself.
No, it's a bad game.
Well,
I
water's
rented-
blurry.
I rented Mr. Mosquito when
for
it
that
launched.
reason.
When it launched. Oh, I thought for sure I was going to see some TNA. No.
No.
Nothing. I mean,
you would have been what, like 12 when that came out?
17. And I mean, it wasn't. I mean, it's PS2 era.
Oh, PS2. Yeah, I guess you would have been a little older. Yeah.
I went to Family Video and I rented Mr. Mosquito, and then I said, "This sucks. Give me Fear Effect 2 again."
Yep. Good choice.
Yeah.
Let's see. I Assassin's Creed Liberation. I also played through that. It was the only like 3D Assassin's Creed I hadn't played. So went ahead and just
help me out with Liberation.
It's the Vita one.
Oh, okay.
I played the HD version.
Female protagonist.
Yeah, Evelyn.
And that's in the vein of Ezio's Assassin's Creed games, right?
No. It was alongside 3.
Really?
I think.
Man, I'd forgotten that.
Yeah. Yeah, it's because actually Connor shows up in Liberation briefly.
Does he?
Yeah.
Fucking Connor.
It's better than Assassin's Creed 3.
Did you play Assassin's Creed 3, Logan?
Yes, I played 3. It
man.
was the last of the almost one of the last Assassin's Creeds I played. I guess I played Black Flag.
Okay.
No, yeah. Did you see they're remaking it? And
3?
They're remaking 3, and it's coming out on Switch even.
Did you see the footage from the Switch?
It looks bad.
It looks awful. It's running at like, it can't be more than 20 frames a second. It looks really bad.
Yeah.
But that the Liberation's fun. I played the HD version on PC, and it holds up okay. It's got that old Assassin's Creed combat, very simple counter and attack thing, which is kind of nostalgic, I guess.
At this point.
Yeah.
Whoa. Edit one of those out, Logan.
Okay.
But yeah, I would recommend that if you like Assassin's Creed. And then the last thing on my non-2019 list is Peter Jackson's King Kong, the official video game of the movie.
I've played that.
I've played that too. And I got stuck in a weird loop that I couldn't get. I got stuck, like I literally got in a glitch like 2 hours in that I couldn't get out of. So my save was corrupted.
Ooh, finished really?
It. Yeah. And it was one of those easy achievement point games. And
you just have to play through it.
So I think I have like 300 achievement points in it, but yeah, I ended up with a glitch save. And I'm not going back and doing that again because that game's
way better than I expected it to be.
Okay.
I don't know if you remember playing it or not.
I do.
But
it's not
bad.
Way worse games. Worse achievement motivated games.
Yeah, that's for sure.
And it's not that bad.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's all my non-2019 stuff. Do you have anything non-2019? Maybe we should.
Yeah, I can hit on a couple things. So I have Persona 5 Dancing in Starlight.
From way back in 2018.
Yeah, from way back in 2018. That came out like, December 4th or something like that?
Something like that.
It's super dumb. I mean, I
played the Moonlight one.
You played 3.
Yeah.
Moonlight. Yeah, so I played 5 Dancing in Starlight. It's just, here there's like 6 buttons to use. It's like up, down, left, right, and then triangle and X, I think.
It's the 6 on the edges. So up, left, and down, and then triangle, circle, X.
And then I think and then the right stick.
Yeah, the right stick.
You
flick.
Stick. You
can do either stick actually.
Oh, okay, yeah. Well, yeah. Either way, yeah, you can do that. And there's a couple of okay remixes of the songs. Other than that, it's very simple and just kind of meh.
I was a little disappointed in the remixes of the songs from 3.
Me too. With the ones from 5, like they weren't that great. I liked the original versions better. The other ones were just kind of meh.
And there's not really. Well, at least in the 3 version, there wasn't really a story at all. It was just kind of...
The 5 one, there was a story, but it was not a good story.
Okay.
And it was trying to be fan servicey.
I assume they're about the same thing.
Yeah. It was just very meh. I think I played through every song, and they want you to go back and replay it again to unlock all of the outfits and everything else. I couldn't care less. So I think there was maybe 18 songs.
Something like that.
Yeah. So, and there was probably 5 actual songs. So you're looking at about 3 to 4 remixes per song. So, and then I think there was just like there was one where you just danced through the credits, like orchestra music.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Like that was one too. So, let's see.
We won't let this besmirch Persona 3 or 5 though.
No.
Correct.
I mean, these are these
do not tarnish those games.
You know what I was most disappointed with in 3 was they chose not to include the dog. There's a dog you can have as your party member, and he's just not in there at all.
Because Morgana's in 5,
right? It's like, come on.
Literally every time someone talks about that, I'm sure it's like, well, Morgana's in 5.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Bummer.
Huh. Weird. I played Stardew Valley. We're going to leave it at that.
Best game of the past 10 years.
No, we don't talk about this until this next game of the year.
Well, I mean,
that's all I'm talking about. I played Stardew Valley. I still have Stardew Valley. Mutant League Football. I played that. It was terrible. Absolutely god awful.
I watched you play a little bit of that. It looked really bad.
I'm pretty sure the Genesis version ran better. Like, that was a terrible, terrible game.
I played Mutant League Football at a PAX like 3 years ago, and
Same version?
the guy the guy was like, there was nobody standing there, and so we just walked up and we're like, can we play? And he started laughing, and he's like, well, you can try, but it's not running too well today. Yeah.
Wow.
Even he was like, temper your expectations, and it was like unplayable pretty much.
Yeah, it was really sad, the fact that the Genesis version for me, I was like, I almost went ahead and just threw my Retro on to play it, but I was like, no, I'm just so angry at how bad this is. Like, Mutant League was kind of one of my jams as a kid.
Who's the developer and publisher on that?
I don't know who the new one. It was the old one was EA.
Okay, I was just curious who brought it back.
I think it's an indie studio, but I don't know.
It is?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's see what else I play. I played. I guess I did the first episode of Life is Strange 2.
Okay.
Very good.
You played that regularly?
Yep. Yeah.
Or have you done episode 2?
Yeah, that was on my 2019
okay,
list.
So I have not done.
But
I have not done that yet. I will get caught up with that probably in the next couple of weeks.
I guess I'll just mention right now, just because I don't want to talk about it too much because you haven't played it yet.
Yeah.
But it ties more into the Captain Spirit stuff.
That's what I'd heard. That
which
it
is pretty
finally
cool.
Kind of gets into like, oh hey, remember that prequel game you played?
There's one moment where I was like, oh, that's really cool. I'm curious to see what you think about it when you play it.
Yeah, I mean, I've liked what I played so far of the first episode. How long is episode 2?
It's shorter than 1.
Okay, because episode 1 was probably 5 hours.
Yeah, it was more like 3.
Okay,
episode 2.
If anything, it was kind of like, this is a little long for a Life is Strange episode. So I was kind of so that's good. It's only 3 hours. What other things? I've messed around and bought a Game Pass for $1 and checked out a couple of weird things on there. One of those was Late Shift. Has anyone ever played that?
Oh, I've heard of it.
So it's an FMV game, but it's literally kind of more of a choose your own adventure. So it's just the movie's on, and every once in a while it'll just pop up and it's like, all right, you want X or A, and you pick what you want the character to do, and they'll do it. It was about an hour and 10 minutes long. And I think there's 6 endings that you can see depending on how you fork in that thing. I think
if this is the game, I could be thinking of a different game, but if this is what I remember, people were very frustrated because it was very easy at the end to make a decision that just gave you a really terrible ending. And if you wanted to see something else, then you had to replay the whole thing.
Right. I don't think there's a way to just go back and be like, oh yeah, I want to just start from here. I think you have to start all the way from the beginning on each one of them, and I don't know if you can skip it. I just did it one time and I was like, all right, I did it once. I wasn't really too excited about going back and doing it again. It was interesting, for what it was, but it was what do I call it? Like, it was mostly British actors. It was a very low tier Fast and Furious movie. Oh. If that tells you the level of it's somewhere around like Jason Statham world, like that kind of action movie, very B movie kind of thing.
Okay.
So it might be worth checking out if you end up getting a Game Pass for a month, like download it, play it for an hour, check it out. I think it's worth just seeing because they actually recorded a lot of footage for it, and it's semi-okay for an hour.
I love FMV games. I haven't played a modern FMV game, but I grew up on compressed video, Sega CD. Like, I'm a big fan. You guys know how I feel about Night Trap. And Sewer Shark. Prize Fighter is probably my favorite one. We played that.
Yeah, what was the fighting game? Wasn't there
Eternal Champions?
Yeah,
which is not an FMV game.
Oh, it's not? I thought that was okay.
No, it was just on Sega CD.
Yeah, it was like
for some reason I was thinking it was.
It's a sprite based. That's a sprite based Street Fighter-esque fighting game. Not as tight as those games, but like the violence was just, especially on the Sega CD version, just insane. But I digress. I really like that stuff, so I should probably check it out. I should play a newer. Is it Contradiction? What's the other one that was really popular?
Have
you played that?
I've been watching here and there. I've been watching a stream of that, and it's pretty fun to watch. I don't think I'd want to play it because it looks kind of bad, honestly.
Okay.
But like having the right people talking about it while playing is really entertaining.
Okay.
Yeah.
I should put that on my to-do list, FMV games, because I like them.
Yeah. The only other thing I've been playing for a little bit here and there is I've been playing a little more Forza Horizon. Just it's kind of one of those things like if I want to throw a basketball game on or something, it's like I just want to veg out for a minute. I can drive a couple of races of Forza.
It's a great game for that.
Yep. So that's all of my non-2019 games. Jason, you got any non-2019 games you've been?
I went way back in the Wayback Machine as well. Way back in the Wayback Machine. I went way back to Assassin's Creed Odyssey.
Okay. Super far back. Yeah.
I finished that. I took out all the cultists.
I am impressed. That was a slog.
I may or may not have bought an XP boost.
Okay, sure.
But I got the game on sale. So that's how
about it. Yeah.
That's how I justified it. So I went through the main campaign for a while, and then I'd heard that credits rolled after you got all the cultists, so I focused on the cultists. I took out all of the cultists. Then nothing happened, really. There wasn't like a clean ending. So then I went back to the main story arc, and I finished out that. And then I think I got the main ending of the game, but still no credits. So it was like it's really awkward. And then I realized the credits are in like the menu. So I was waiting for like this like sort of like sense of finality.
I just want them to tell me that you're like, this is it. This is you're done, and they don't do that
because of the scale of that game and the amount of things to do. I think on purpose they don't give you credits.
Oh man. Okay.
So I was kind of looking for this. I don't know, end, and I didn't really get it. I mean, I finished everything that is important, but I didn't get the main ending of it. So, I liked it. Fine. There's plenty to do. There's plenty to see. I think the cultist thing is good. There's lots of like mediocre in that game. Like there's a lot of it. It's not bad. Yep. It's not great. The one thing I really did enjoy is, spoilers, here they come. At the main end, there's the 3 mythical monsters that have the apples of Eden. So the way they give this thing, and the assassins, they give the apples of Eden to these mythological creatures. So one's Medusa, one is a Minotaur, and I'm forgetting the other one right now. The Cyclops.
Okay, yeah.
And so you have a character taking you to the first boss encounter. He's like, "Look, it's the Cyclops. I told you." And the Cyclops takes a club and immediately smashes it. This dude is eviscerated by this giant club. Like, he's so happy. The legends are true. Look. And as he's pointing at it,
that game does have a weird sense of humor like
it's
that.
It's kind of funny.
Like when the gladiator falls into the ocean and gets eaten by sharks immediately.
No, you're in the Olympics.
Or the eye and the goat. We talked about that last year, but yeah.
I think that game's fine. We're taking a year off, right? From Assassin's Creed.
I believe so.
That's what they said. Yeah, I'm not 100%, but I thought they were going to take this year off too, and that didn't happen.
It didn't happen. Right, we'll see. Watch Dogs this year, right?
Right. Yeah,
that'd be nice.
That's
I could be okay with that
for 2018 or anything prior.
Yeah. Okay, so we've got kind of 3 big
60 hours, by the way. 60 freaking hours.
Jeez.
We have kind of 3 big games to hit on. I guess do we want to go in order of release?
I have 6 things.
Of course you do. All right. We have 3 big ones, but
5 things because we already talked about Life is Strange.
Okay, yeah. So we'll hit on your other 2 that are probably not the ones that we've all played.
Okay. Travis Strikes Again.
Oh yeah, that was the thing.
I'm only like an hour or so in. It's not very good, unfortunately. Yeah. It's
Switch. Is that Killer 7? Is that the part of that whole thing?
No More Heroes.
No More Heroes.
Yeah.
Okay.
You were close. You're very close.
Same style. Okay. It's not anything I've ever played. So.
It's set up like you're finding these arcade machines, or not arcade machines, like console games, and there's 6 of them in the world, and you're finding one at a time and like playing them. Mm-hmm. But it's basically the same gameplay in every one of them, which is a little disappointing. And the gameplay just gets a little repetitive. It's just kind of a hack and slash. I don't know. It's not great.
Oh, okay.
But I might I might play more of it and see if it gets any better. I'm not sure. But the other thing on my list is a huge surprise for me because I don't even know how I heard about it, but I'm gonna say I'm gonna say a couple of things here that you guys are gonna like groan at.
Okay, let me get my groan voice ready. Okay, all right, ready to groan.
And then there's gonna be one thing after that you guys are like, oh, okay. All right, you ready? It is a mobile game. Cue the groaning. It is free to play. It has microtransactions. But it was written by the guy that wrote Chrono Trigger and Chrono Cross. Exactly the reaction I was hoping for. It's actually really fun. It's really fun. I've been playing a lot of that.
Don't bury the lead. What is this?
It's called Another Eden.
Okay. Is it an RPG?
Yeah. It's an RPG, turn-based, pretty simple combat.
Someone's getting on the App Store.
The free-to-play mechanic. So at the beginning of the game, it's really not bad at all. But I've read that later in the game it gets kind of bad, where you need to buy stuff. I played probably like 5 or 6 hours, and I was really enjoying it. So I'm like, I'll give them some money, and I got a really, really terrible pull. I got really bad luck with the stuff that they gave me. So my opinion kind of turned a little bit there.
Publish those drop rates,
Yeah, well, they do. It's right there. Okay. It's right there in the app and everything. You see exactly your chances of getting stuff.
It got a bad draw.
I got a really shit draw.
Does anyone ever audit those?
I don't know.
Is there like a commission?
I don't know
out there that has to, like gaming commission.
So I was pretty disappointed in that part, but they do give you the currency pretty frequently, so you're buying party members essentially, and there's a star system. They're either 3, 4, or 5 stars.
So if you buy them, I guess, or if you don't buy them, are they part of a storyline then?
No.
Okay, because I guess I'm thinking of most RPGs, the party members are part of the story.
As you go through the game, you also pick up just party members they give you, and they have story. They're part of the story.
Any of the
extra ones,
party members,
they show up and they usually have 2 voice lines where they introduce themselves, and then that's it. So, but whatever. It looks great. Like, I really like the look of this, and the combat is pretty simple, but it's fun. And just the loop of like go through a story chapter. Well, the story is actually pretty decent too. Go through the story chapter and get enough things to pull another draw at the character machine. It's a lot of fun. That loop is a lot of fun.
Does it have an end?
I believe so.
Okay.
I think, as far as I understand, there are currently 26 chapters. I've played probably like 5 or 6 hours, and I'm in chapter 6 or 7.
Oh, that's a lot.
Yeah. So, and the money I spent $20, which I figured if the writer of Chrono Trigger just put out a game for $20, I would have bought it. So I kind of justified it to myself that way.
There's something to be said for some of that free to play stuff. I think I've done that with some free to play stuff in the past. Like all right, I would have, like, I'll play it and it's like, I would have spent $5 on this.
Right.
I'll drop $5 in for
Yep.
whatever the random little things are, and that's about it.
Yep.
But like, yeah.
So I don't feel too bad about getting a bad draw, but at the same time, it still does kind of suck. But yeah, Another Eden is what that's called.
Another Eden. I got to tell you, that was not what I was expecting. I don't know why I expected you to come out here and say you were playing Dota Auto Chess.
I am playing Dota Auto Chess.
Oh. You didn't even write that down. You were ashamed.
I didn't even write that down.
Ashamed.
I don't know why I didn't write that down, because I really like Dota Auto Chess. It's really cool.
It sounds, from what I've heard of it, it does sound pretty cool. Yeah. Like, it's like random, really weird, but sure. Like, that, just the idea that somebody came out with it.
Yep.
Like,
it's the more I play of it, the more I find that it's so deep. Like, there is so much you could learn about that game and try to get better at it. But it's also once you understand the basic concept, it's also very easy to play. And there's no like
easy to play but hard to master, kind of thing.
Yes.
So it's welcoming but not like you're not gonna walk in and get completely obliterated by everybody.
Well, you will. Okay, your first couple of times you'll probably get obliterated.
Is it 1-on-1?
No, it's 8 player.
8 player. Okay,
free for all.
Oh, okay.
But
it's a 1 player versus, I guess, is what I assumed. But yeah,
it's really cool. I don't know how much of it I'll play, just because I think I've kind of reached my ceiling at it. I don't know if I want to put in the time to get better at it, because that involves like actually looking at other people's boards and seeing what they're doing and countering their strategy and knowing what all the characters look like and doing all this stuff very quickly. And I don't know if I want to invest the time in to do that, but I think that game is really, really cool.
I'm glad one of us checked it out. You're kind of our resident PC. I'll try this out. Like, you really didn't play Dota a whole lot either, did you?
No, I've never actually played a real game of Dota.
Oh, okay.
I've played against bots, but easy bots, and I still sometimes struggle with that. But it's fun. It's just not. It's too much. It's too much for me to do. It's too much time investment.
Oh yeah, I mean those people who are playing it and
exclusively,
and that's all they play. And
but auto chess isn't like that. You could jump in and have some fun with auto chess if you wanted to.
Okay, well we've got those 2 things.
I'm glad you brought that up, because for whatever reason I didn't put that on my list.
Oh well, I'm glad I could brighten your day.
Yeah,
I don't know if that's a thing, but
I learned about Another Eden. I had no idea.
So, I didn't know that. Either, so.
I don't even remember how I found out about it, but man, why wouldn't you lead with writer of Chrono Trigger?
Yeah, it's kind
in
of
your marketing.
Then again, I'm not paying a lot of attention to marketing for mobile games either. So I'm also.
It is coming to Switch later too.
Oh well, that makes sense. Wonder if they'll still do the microtransaction.
I think so, but I don't know.
I just don't know how Switch works with some of that stuff, so I don't pay attention to like the free to play world like that. So, which I guess brings us to our next game on our first game of the release schedule, which would be Resident Evil 2. You guys have both beat it, both Leon and Claire, correct? I am. Where am I at? I'm in the sewer, and
so you're still on Leon.
Still on Leon, and where am I at? I feel like I'm getting chess pieces.
Oh, right.
Sure.
You're probably 2/3 of the way through the Leon.
Yeah, because the final section, obviously, if you don't know what you're doing or haven't done it before, it does take a bit to figure out where you're going. Yeah, and you got to do the back and forth of Resident Evil that you always got to do.
Yeah, backtrack. Zombie that you killed before is now back alive again.
Yeah.
Tyrant that will never go away.
He's not going anywhere.
No, he doesn't have his hat anymore. That's for sure.
Did he lose his hat already?
I shot his hat right. First thing I did, shot his hat off of his head. Bastard.
Really? You can shoot his hat off?
Yeah.
I never even shot
There's an achievement for shooting his hat off.
Really?
Yeah.
Son of a bitch. What am I doing?
Did you guys see the mod for PC where instead of playing like the music that the eerie music when he's coming, it plays X Gonna Give It to You.
That diffuses the situation a little bit. Yeah, it really does. How about the tension of the footsteps?
Yeah.
You don't know where they're coming from. You hear them, and they cause severe anxiety.
I wish there was a way to like measure my heart rate whenever that thing was around. And the damn lickers. Oh,
yeah, they take a lot of shots.
Yeah, and I feel like there's a hallway that they're in right now. I can't go back and get my things, the 2 keypad things with the lockers. I can't go back in that area right now. There's 2 of them, and they're both right there just as soon as you open the door. Like, all right, guess I'm not getting the stuff that was in those lockers.
Stuff's in there pretty good.
I know.
Oh, yeah.
But as soon as I walk in there, I get obliterated.
Grenade?
Do you have, I was going to say, just use your grenade launcher.
I don't have a grenade launcher yet.
Really?
No, you don't get that till pretty late, I think.
Yeah, I have the mag, and I have hand grenades.
Just use that. Yeah. Use your
drop
mag.
One mag shot will drop.
One mag shot will drop them.
That thing is powerful.
I guess I assumed it was like the what are the adult G's, the ones in the sewer with the those things take a couple of like 3 or 4 mag shots, but
Yeah, the liquors. I think
liquors are a little easier.
Yeah, if you put a good shot on it, it'll be worth it.
I'll try that. The
stuff in there is definitely worth it, especially if you have. Do you have both keys unused?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, you're gonna want to do that.
You want to go back. Yeah, you want to go back. Yeah. It'll be worth the haul. You'll get. Yeah. That's the most important thing is space, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's exactly where I am right now. Is I got myself out of the sewer, back up to the secret passageway to the police station. So and I got up there last night, and I was like, I did it twice, and I was like,
you need to do it before you move on.
Yeah.
You do, because this is the last time you'll be at the police station. I'm pretty sure. Once you do the chess pieces, I think that's it. Am I right, Caleb? I don't think you go. Yeah, no, you don't.
So is there really a lot of time left in this? It feels like
there's
almost
one
at the
more.
end.
There's one more section.
Yeah,
I don't remember. I mean, last time I played Resident Evil 2 was
the 90s.
No, I think I played the GameCube one that released.
Oh yeah.
So that would have been like 03.
Okay.
Maybe 03, 04.
Yeah. Because then they re-released 2
and 3.
And 3, yeah.
Before they released 4, in between the one remake.
Right.
So yeah. So since you guys have played through it, I'm just trying to remember too. How honest is it to the first Resident Evil 2?
It's faithful.
I'm just trying to remember if there's anything different that I'm missing.
It is an upgrade in almost every way.
Right, obviously. But I guess I'm trying to think of, is there any story beats that are new? Are there any...
So what we, like everyone calls him, I see a lot of Tyrant, what they call
Mr. X.
Mr. X, but people call him Tyrant too. But that's a little bit misleading for me because Tyrant's the boss in the first one, so I'm not sure why I saw that, but I saw that I think more than one place.
It's all throughout the documentation. Through like when you pick up a letter, it's like, oh, there's this Tyrant, and
oh, is it really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay.
Well, I think that's why people started calling him Mr. X, is to kind of differentiate between the two.
Because I don't think officially in the game they call him Mr. X.
Well, it might be
I've seen yet.
It might be on Claire's playthrough, but there's there's a note that's like. That calls him that.
Okay, because everything I've seen so far is Tyrant.
I don't know, Caleb. But I guess, what do you think? I feel like it's pretty close. It's faithful to the original, but it's also an upgrade in a lot of ways.
I only ever played the first Leon, in the original Resident Evil 2.
Yeah, okay.
And it was a while ago, so I don't remember it. I don't even remember that last section, to be honest. You could tell me that's completely brand new, and I don't.
No, it is not brand new. Okay. It is definitely not brand new.
That's why I was like, when I'm done with the sewers, that's it, right?
The lab.
No, okay. Oh well, the lab.
You remember that?
But is there a lot of it?
Maybe they added more to that.
There is more to it, but
I feel like there was like 2 rooms.
The stuff that's in there, it's just it's layered with other things to go do and get. So it's not just go grab this thing, put this thing here. It's go grab this, augment it, then go punch in a code, then finally deploy it. So there's trying not to spoil. There's more to it than there used to be, and the end kind of goes a little bit sideways compared to the older one.
They threw a little
for
bit of
Leon for sure. Claire not so much. Claire's pretty accurate, but Leon's goes sideways, like compared to the original. It's not a bad thing. It's just they took more story liberties. There's more Ada character development in that one. So
in the new one,
yeah, there's more just because of how the original games were acted or lack thereof, right?
Well, I would say that I don't know why, but I think it's only when Leon says this, but when he goes, "Oh, son of a bitch." Like, I'm like, "What?" Like, and he says it multiple times. He's just like, "Oh, son of a bitch!" Like, that is the most poorly worded. Like, just like,
my favorite is when they like meet up in the courtyard for the first time, and there's like 100 zombies surrounding them, and they're just ignoring them, just flirting back and forth.
Like, hey,
Claire, how you doing?
Yeah, it's
hey, Claire. Maybe we'll meet up again as the zombies are like closing.
Hey, let's both get out of this.
Yeah.
And it is like that's approaching. Ooh, that feels like classic Resident Evil going on there, which isn't. I almost feel like some of that is deliberate, and maybe I'm giving them too much credit.
It could be.
But it feels deliberate in a way, like it's not as painful as the original tracks, but I feel like some of that is this was hokey. We have to maintain some of that.
So. And I'm fine with the hokiness stuff. Like there was I can't remember, I think where it was at, but I think it was in one of the Stars lockers. You checked one of Chris, like a letter from Chris. And he was just like, "Oh yeah, I'm hanging out here in Bermuda." Like, I'm like, what? Like, does anyone know what happened at the mansion? Like, has he told anyone about the zombie thing? Like, he's like, "Oh yeah, let Barry know that." I can't remember what he said, but he was like, Barry should have came with me. Like,
aren't they running concurrent? I think 1 and 2 run concurrent.
Maybe.
I'm pretty sure they do.
Oh, they do? Okay.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure 1 and 2 are happening at the same time.
That would explain why none of the Stars people are at PlayStation.
I'm pretty sure that's what's going on.
That was why I was confused, because I'm like, what? Like, wouldn't you have told them about it? Like, was there something from the first thing when like Chris was like, "Oh, I'm missing my vacation"?
Jason, I wanted to ask, going back to the differences between the old version and this version. I don't want to spoil anything for Logan, but the Claire section that replaces Leon's sewer section.
Yes.
Do you know what I'm talking about? Was that in the original?
Yes.
Okay.
A more dumbed down version of it, but it definitely is.
Okay.
It definitely is in there.
That was cool.
It's not.
I liked that part a lot.
It's not as. It doesn't. The relationship isn't as. There's a character and you're judging their decision making, right?
Yeah.
And they're trying to save the world, but also their priorities are messed up.
Right.
They're making bad choices, right? And Claire's like, "You're making bad choices," and none of that is really in the first one. You're not judging this person.
It's
as
more
hard.
of just they're evil. Because,
they're evil, and it just so happens to be what's going on.
Got
But
it.
Claire's she's on a mission to help this little girl. That's not a spoiler.
I can't remember that from the first one. It's if there's some little bit of changes and whatever, but it's.
I played so much Resident Evil 1 and 2 when they came out, when they launched on PlayStation. Like, I can't tell you how many times I played through them.
Did you do? I know you did in the original, but in the new one, did you do Hunk and Tofu?
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
yeah.
You were able to do that.
Yep.
I tried Hunk, and I'm like,
hard.
this is hard.
It is. It's hard, but you just kind of. You go to like, oh God, I don't even know speed tech is what like speedrunners would call it, but that's what, I guess I'll just talk about it now. I just, in an era where speedrunning is a pretty popular thing, right? Fundraisers, stuff like that. It's a big deal. Resident Evil, like, I don't know, maybe there was speedrunning before Resident Evil 1, but I wasn't aware of it.
There was I don't think it was, it was not in a time where people could see speedrunning.
Right.
I mean, It wasn't like you could just record it and be like, "Oh yeah, here, check out."
Upload to the internet.
Yeah, there was, it was, you had to like hold an event somewhere. Someone had to come and watch you do it.
I think it was way less formal, but there are people out there that are like, they had Mario and that was the only game they had, so they played it.
They were just killing it.
And by the 50th time they had it memorized.
Right.
They were speedrunning without knowing they were speedrunning.
Yeah, so I guess that's my experience with Resident Evil 1 and 2 is that I played them, and it incentivized by unlocking things as you played through them and so you beat the first one in 3 hours, you got the rocket launcher with unlimited ammo. And then it's like, I have a rocket launcher with unlimited ammo. So then you were playing it because it was too much fun not to kill everything with a rocket launcher.
I had that experience with 7. Same thing. Yep.
Yeah, because it incentivizes you to do it, and then you get to experience it.
And if I do one more run, I get this thing.
Yeah, and it's too much fun not to then play through it that way.
Right.
Yeah. The director's cut, you unlock the Magnum, which is why the Magnum as a Resident Evil fan, you know why it's so popular. The Mag and the new one is because like that was the gun that blew the zombie's head clean off every time. So then that was too much fun because like the rocket launcher, that's old hat, but the director's cut, you're blowing things heads off. Cool.
Yeah, and that was cool for the mid-90s.
And then 2 came out and you could do it with 2 different characters and you do different runs and different things and memorizing different parts about it. So I think it's really faithful to that. And I love how years ago it was as interesting now to speedrun as it is today on a completely reimagined version of it. There's something there. And hats off to Capcom, who could use a win, right? Like,
well,
they're doing
RE7 was good.
That's what I mean.
Like, it was really good.
If they've got momentum here and they're doing it right. It seems like they're doing Resident Evil right, which, to be honest, before RE7, I don't know.
Right.
Like,
6
I would have said,
bad,
no,
but
give this to someone else. You know, you have proven that you're not worthy of reimagining this stuff. But then they do it in a brand new package, and they time it perfectly because RE2 is so overdue for a ground up remake.
How many times was RE1 remade and we're just like, don't remake it again? No, it was more than that.
Twice.
No, it came out, I swear it came out on like a million different consoles.
It might have came out, but it was I think they only remade it on the GameCube, and then they redid it.
Maybe remake is a bad word, but like ported.
Oh yeah,
how many times
there was like
port
you
it
said,
to
there
modern?
was the director's cut. It was then, I don't know if it was ported to a PS2 at all or Dreamcast. I don't think it was. And then
I think it was on Dreamcast. I could be wrong about that.
I definitely was on Dreamcast. I don't think 2 was.
I don't think
No, we're talking about 1.
I don't think 1 was. I think just 3 was on Dreamcast.
Okay, I could be wrong about that. But like it was on GameCube, it was on Wii, it was on 360 and PS3.
The Resident Evil remake was on the Wii?
Mm-hmm. They ported it to Wii. That's how I played it originally, actually. I played 1 on Wii.
It
was called Resident Evil Archives.
Really?
Yeah.
Did it have 0 on it too?
They had 1, and they did a separate disc was
for 0.
Yeah. But then then they did the remaster with the updated controls, and then they updated that again.
Yeah.
And it was just like I was getting to the point like, do one of the other ones.
Well, how many times has Final Fantasy VII come out at this point too?
Yeah.
I mean, it just came out again, right?
Well, it's coming out on Switch soon.
Oh, that's right. 9 released yesterday.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. And 7 comes out, I think, March 21st.
So it's the same kind of thing. Like, I'm glad they moved on to 9 and finally did something with that. It's like they're stuck on one game and porting it and remastering it. And finally they got to 2, and I've been waiting for this for a long time because those old controls are hard to go back to.
Do you think they'll do 3?
That's what I'm hoping. That 3 is the only one I haven't played, so I'm really, really.
Do you think 3 would hold up? Looking at you, Jason, because I don't even know if I've played 3.
Stars. That doesn't mean anything to you guys. Nemesis.
Well, I know about Nemesis, but I also I can't. I don't.
Stars. Like he's engineered to kill all the stars. Oh, it's so good.
Okay, so
I like 3 a lot.
Yeah, I'm just wondering, is there a reverence for it? Would it be? And I guess, are we going to get a proper 8 before we get a 3? Mm-hmm. We should.
Yes, that is confirmed. They are working on Resident Evil 8.
Okay, I like first person.
That's all
they don't
said.
know.
Yeah, who knows what they're doing? But they did say the next Resident Evil will be Resident Evil 8.
Oh, good. Okay.
I know. And we've talked about Resident Evil 7 since we've started this project, right? A lot. But the one thing I want to say about that is I have faith in them with 8 because...
Yep, of what they did with 7, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
They took the formula to a place they'd never been. You know, that bayou area, that swampy area, this you know, I don't know. It's just kind of a taboo area, like a lack of exposure.
It wasn't a giant building.
Belt.
Yeah.
Like it was just in an interesting setting. It's just this family that has some weird, creepy thing going on, and you can't get in touch with the outside world for that reason. The mansion and 7 and the police station and 7, they're just different settings. So not only did they do it right, but like they took you to a new place.
Yep. And still managed to keep all the stuff that traditional Resident Evil had, like you pick up the key to get this door, or you pick up this block to do this thing.
So, I mean, where do they go now? I think that's really interesting.
And they also, the smart thing they did was they also kind of just rebooted the whole thing, because now it had a very loose connection to the other games, so they could go in any direction they want now.
Yeah. I'm perfectly fine with that. I mean, just be a survival horror thing, and yeah. Anything else on Resident Evil?
It's very good.
Can you? I need your ranking. I need your ranking of the Resident Evils.
Holy shit! I don't know if I can do this now.
Yeah, you can. You can do this.
Caleb.
Okay. Well, we know what because does 0 count, and does Code Veronica count?
Yes. They all count, including the remasters. They count too.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
Don't make me do
these
this.
I'm making you do this.
So this is
Are we doing this?
This is 10 games, right?
Well, you got you got RE1 through 7.
Is there a way to pull up a list really fast?
RE1 through it's Resident Evil 1 through 7.
1 through 7.
0, Code Veronica, 1 remake, 2 remake.
So 11 games.
11. Yeah.
Okay.
You can do your top 10 if you like.
4 is number 1.
4 is number 1. Okay.
Then 1.
1, like 1 or
proper,
1 remake.
Proper 1.
Proper
okay.
1. Okay.
Then the remake of 1.
Okay.
2, not the remake, the original.
Wow.
Okay. Wow.
You got a nostalgia bone.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's when part of a larger conversation.
Yeah.
But I remember what Resident Evil did for the industry.
Mm-hmm.
And it took the like you saw pre-rendered backgrounds everywhere all of a sudden, not just Final Fantasy VII, but you saw that as a mechanic, not a mechanic, but as a design choice everywhere. Dino Crisis, like it spawned like a genre.
It spawned a genre of shitty video game movies with Mila Jovovich.
Yeah.
Where was I? Was on number 4.
Yeah. So you are at 4, 1 remake, 2.
And then probably 2 remake.
2 remake.
And then 3 for sure.
And then 3. So above 7.
3 is,
for me.
Okay.
For me, 3. Yeah.
Good. That's kind of that was the crux of this was on. I really wanted to know where 3 was for you.
Yeah. I think then probably 5. No, sorry. Yeah, 5.
You put 5 over 7.
I put 5 over 7.
Whoa. Okay.
I love Resident Evil 5.
You and I co-opted that.
I think Resident Evil 5 is fucking underrated, and I think it's awesome.
I do too. Yeah. I think it was a really good game.
Really good. And you could put that shit on right now, and it would look gorgeous.
You can roundhouse kick someone in that game.
You're not gonna like my list. Keep going.
That's fine. And then 7. Then probably Code Veronica.
Or 0.
Then 0.
Then 0.
Then 0. I don't like 0 very much in the big grand scheme of things.
Yeah.
Do I have 10? What am I forgetting?
6.
Yeah.
That's all you're missing.
Yeah, 6 obviously is at the end of it.
Yeah.
So, do you want to rank yours, Caleb?
I would definitely put 7 first.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
See, it's just a time and place thing, though. You know, not recency bias. That's not what I'm not. It's just how it impacts you and when you play it.
Right. I didn't play them when they came out, so I don't really.
You don't have the reverence for it that I do.
Yep.
Yeah. I have, and as I get older, that's what I meant about a larger conversation. Like I have that with a lot of things because I'm old. Like it's just
these things happen. Yeah.
I hold Devil May Cry 1 in a very high regard because it was the first time anything like it had come out.
Yeah.
I'll hold Metal Gear Solid 2 in high regard because it took Metal Gear 1 and then moved it forward and then everything copied it.
Right.
God of War. Like these things that happened for the first time, I hold those in high esteem because they set the standard for a bunch of stuff to come. So that's why I think I feel the way I do about the OG Resident Evil games.
My second spot, I have a really hard time deciding between 4 and then this 2 remake.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
You like that, and you like 2 that much?
Yeah. This thing is really good.
Yeah.
The map. The map is... I love that. Every game should have a map like this game.
It's a good map. I will give it that.
And it just
they just give you so much info on that.
Yeah, and it helps you. The game is designed to do runs.
Right.
Mm-hmm. So as you get better at it,
that's the thing that
map
kept
is
me.
Going to help you do it.
That's the thing that kept me like, well, I could put this down for a little while, but I have these other 4 rooms I haven't cleared out yet. Maybe I'll go see what's there first.
Yeah, and then run up into a.
But I got a key, so now I can get in there. Yeah.
You hit an obstacle. Okay, clearly, I'm not looking at something. Where do I need to go? Mm-hmm. What's in here? And then sure enough, like the solution is there.
Yeah. Then.
So would you put 2 there, or would you?
Well, it's hard because I barely played 2.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. Okay. Let's do the 2 remake and then 4, and then I probably 1. Okay. And then
remake or OG?
OG because I didn't play the remake.
Really? You never
haven't played the remake?
No, I haven't. I should do that.
Yeah, you really should. I have it. You can borrow it.
Yeah, I should do that at some point.
Right now. It's very good.
Because the version I played, well, it was the GameCube port. I guess you could qualify that as a third release.
Wait a minute.
Because
that is the remake.
Well, there's the remake on Xbox.
That also counts. That's basically the same remake.
That's an additional remake.
But it's just higher rendered graphics.
No, so you have
but it has the new control scheme though.
Oh, which is just okay.
That's fine.
That's fine.
Oh, okay.
So you've experienced it.
Yeah.
It's the important thing.
Okay.
Yeah,
so you've played
so I've played the remake is what you guys are
you've played the remake.
Yeah,
okay,
even though your iterations beyond with better controls, it's still you've played it.
Okay.
You've seen it.
Did you have a bad FMV video opening?
God, it's been so long I don't remember.
Then you played the remake.
Okay.
Jill Valentine. Resident Evil.
Yeah.
And there's a bunch I didn't play, but I'll say terrible. That
Albert Wesker.
I personally liked 6 more than I liked 5. I know I'm the only person in the universe that's going to say that, but I did.
Mm-hmm.
I did.
Oh shit!
I don't even know if I might pick that up.
It was fun in co-op.
So was 5.
5 was fine, and it was okay.
Jill got like possessed by a thing and had to wear some weird purple outfit that got cosplayed to death for like 3 years. Are you
5
kidding me?
5 and 6 are both crazy, for the record, but yeah. It's nuts. Jill's blonde.
Yeah, Jill became
that one.
Yeah. Was it the jewel that turned her blonde? I don't remember. Those weird ass spider things.
You shot it in her chest.
Yeah.
Oh man. Pretty good run Resident Evil's on. Good for you, Capcom, for really only having one horrendous misstep.
I really just want to replay 7 again now.
Okay.
Anyway,
so
moving on.
All right.
Resident Evil 2 is very good. Don't you ever put me in that position again, Caleb.
As of right now, Resident Evil 2 would probably... I don't even know if it makes a top 5 for me.
In all of them?
In all of them, yeah.
You finish Claire and then see what you think.
Yeah, because I will say right now, I'm just having an okay time. I don't know. I'm just annoyed at every time I walk by a zombie, he's coming back to life. I'm like, again? Seriously? I'm in that mood.
Shoot him in the head, bro.
That's all I do is shoot him in the head. I never shoot him.
Until he's done. On the ground, shoot him in the head.
Oh, I know.
And if he gets back up,
shoot him in the head.
Until you shoot him in the head on the ground and he doesn't get up.
Their heads are split in half.
Sometimes even that.
And I'm like...
Yeah, sometimes even that, they'll still get back up again.
And I'm like, okay, I've put how much ammo into you at this point, and you're still coming back? You're not the tyrant. You're a regular zombie. Why are you getting back up? So now I've just given up and been like, all right, they're just going to get back up every time. Why even worry about it? I'm trying to figure out ways to just run past them and save ammo.
They will eventually stay down.
Eventually. I will say that they did in the mansion, or not the mansion, the police station, but in the sewer, they don't stay down. They're coming right back up every time. So I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I'm just beyond the fetch and go get or something. But I don't know. I'm getting slightly annoyed with it.
There's something about that loop of you get a key that opens this. Where you get this
know, and maybe it's just the fact that I've played so many of them that I'm just kind of I still love all the games. I just am kind of, for whatever reason, I'm kind of just half annoyed with this one right now. I don't know.
Okay.
Anyway, but yeah, because I would say for me it'd be 1 remake, 7, 5. Oh no. 4, 7, 5, 1. I would maybe even say 0 for me, then 2. Yeah. At this point, maybe just because I'm annoyed.
I think I did play 0. I don't really remember much of it, but I think I did.
It was
play
weird.
That.
There was some weird guy that was in it.
This is the one where you slide items back and forth between the two characters, right? Okay.
And there was a train thing.
I recently played that one. When they did the
re-release. Yeah, I think that's when I played it, is when they re-released it.
Oh yeah, they did put it out on a disc thing and stuff. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So anyway, let's take a quick break and we'll come back and talk about Kingdom Hearts.
Okay.
We are back. I don't want to overhype this at all. I already did. Kingdom Hearts 3.
Logan's excited.
I'm gonna give you. Should we start the clock?
No.
You get 2 minutes.
You know what? I feel like I can't even talk about it because Jason hasn't finished it.
I don't.
And I don't want to spoil it either.
You probably can. I think that's probably okay. I don't want to speak for Jason, but if I was in Jason's shoes, I wouldn't care if you spoiled it.
That's fine.
Let's put it this way. If you're not a Kingdom Hearts fan, I would see why you would just kind of give it 8 shits less. As I'm looking at Caleb giving 8 shits less.
Yeah. Go ahead. No, I
absolutely loved it.
I want to give
every second of it.
Yep. I wanted to give you a chance before I talk.
Yeah.
Let's hold on. Let's set the stage for this properly, Caleb, because I just realized something about Logan that I know Logan pretty well. You think?
Yeah.
Right? I learned recently that Kingdom Hearts is not just a thing Logan enjoys. Kingdom Hearts is like it for Logan. Like, it's not just a game that he plays in the group of games that he's enjoyed. It's not just a top 10 game for Logan. It is like the thing for Logan.
Yes.
It's the event of the year for Logan. It's the event of 5 years for
longer
Logan.
Than that. Like
it's the event of 13
years.
Yeah, so I recently discovered where Kingdom Hearts ranked for him personally. And so I was surprised by that I didn't know that it was that important. So all of those things factored in, like he is, like not bias is not the wrong word. What am I trying to say? You are going to enjoy this because it's meaningful to you.
At the same time, I also had the very big opportunity to be disappointed because of how much I was looking forward to it. I think that's also because I'm also one that's easily overhyped and easily underwhelmed. Okay. So I think that's something too. Like my thoughts on 2. I thought 2 was terrible. Like I
agree.
I think 2 was a terrible game.
Me too.
Really poorly paced. But I think 3.
That's interesting you say that, but keep going.
So I don't understand the why everyone says 3 is poorly paced. Can you describe to me why 3 is poorly paced?
It's 2. It's the 2 problem all over again. You literally walk 15 feet and there's a cutscene, and you have one battle, and then there's a longer cutscene, and then you do a mini game, and then there's a cutscene, and then there's another cutscene.
There was only one mini game.
Oh my god, there's a bunch.
Other than Winnie the Pooh, what was the other mini game?
There's the thing in the pirates area.
Collecting the
boat. No, like driving the boat.
That was just part of gameplay. That's not a mini game.
It's a different. Yeah, it's a mini game. It's you're doing something other than the normal part. It's I would call that.
How is that different than Black Flag?
Because it's I see your point.
Because you can get off the boat, you can
regardless. That's irrelevant to my point. The point is there are so many very long cutscenes.
There are a lot of long cutscenes in that game.
That's not necessarily a huge problem for me.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I love Metal Gear Solid 4, and that game's basically all cutscenes.
That's all a cutscene, yeah.
But the problem for me was that the cutscenes in this were poorly voice acted in a lot of cases.
I will give you that.
They are extraordinarily boring. Nothing happens. There's not much actual story until the last couple of hours. In the meantime, it's just you go to a Disney World and the Disney characters explain what happened in their movie. And none of that matters in the grand scheme of things. Like the whole premise of this game is that at the beginning they tell you Sora needs to rediscover the power of waking, right?
Yes.
Then you literally go to the first world you go to after that. I think is the Tangled world, or at least it was for me.
You can go to either Toy Story or Tangled, either one.
And I went there, and they're like in one of the very first cutscenes. They're just walking through a forest. And Donald says, "Wait, why are we here? Oh yeah, we needed to discover the power of waking." And Sora says, "Oh yeah, I forgot about that." Like you literally just told us that none of this matters at all because the main character doesn't even care about what he's doing. He's wandering aimlessly at this point. And then you go through all these worlds and nothing happens other than like, you know, they help a person, you know, get through this thing that happened in a movie that we've all seen already. Mm-hmm. And then finally you go to the end game and get the overall Organization 13 story and all that, which like maybe that's the part where people are all like excited about this story. But at that point I was just done with the game. It's like, I just want to get through this because I am so bored right now.
Wow.
I did not like this game at all.
Okay.
I am very surprised that so many people like it because it can be a slog.
Do you like Disney movies?
Hit or miss.
Okay. Because I think that's a big part of it. Because I never watched any of the Pirates of the Caribbean movies. I absolutely hate Johnny Depp with a passion. I think he's the same over-the-top person in every movie that he ever has done, other than
recently.
Okay, yeah.
Don't make me cape for old Johnny Depp. That's not why we're here.
Right.
Blow is amazing.
Okay. Anything where he's not a human.
Okay, sure.
Okay. Like
that Sauvage commercial where he buries his jewelry in the desert. Do you guys know what I'm talking about?
No.
All right. Never mind.
Okay. So anyway, the Pirates world for me was terrible.
Yeah, that's the worst one.
And I think it's because I gave 8 shits less about any of those characters and what they were doing.
And you have to collect 300 crabs.
Yeah, that was annoying.
Oh my God, that was so bad.
Oh no.
You just have to go around.
You haven't gotten there yet, have you?
Oh no.
Yeah. They're just on the ground and you have to go get 300 of them. For no reason.
Oh no.
And then they have you do the
It took about 20 minutes.
Okay.
That's too long. For a game that already has boring parts, to throw that in there. And then the ship section I hated. I
didn't mind the ship section at all. I actually kind of liked the ship section.
Nope. It's bad.
I actually spent like probably another hour and a half.
Really articulate your thoughts, Caleb.
Yes, I know.
I spent like probably another hour and a half exploring the whole area with the ship and stuff. Did you do any of that?
Nope,
like going to the islands?
At that point I was done with this game. I'm like, I need to see the ending because people love this and I need to know why people love this. And I probably should have just stopped playing it.
Okay, so anyway, you did not like it. I will say the reason I did like it was because of a lot of the Disney fan service stuff. I'm a Disney fan in general. Disclaimer, I am a shareholder. I have kids who are actively into these movies who actually told me that I could not play this game without them in the room. Okay. It worked out very well that we had a couple of snow days that we were able to stay at home and play this. Yeah, my 7-year-old did not leave my side for the entire 30 hours of this game. I think that was also part of the enjoyment for me with this was because I got to do this with her. So her and I played through Kingdom Hearts 1 when she was 5 or 6.
Man, I am amazed that she was able to sit through all those cutscenes.
And she understood all of the story. As weird as that sounds.
I don't think she did, but she.
Sunday I'll have her explain it to you. She'll when you come over, she knows it.
Well, I don't want to know. But it's okay.
She can't understand all the Organization 13.
Nobody understands. Nobody understands that. But the basic concepts.
I would take issue with that. But other than
she gets the basic concepts of everything.
Light, dark, balance, Keyblade War.
Sure.
She understands the vessels and the nobodies. Like she can pick up on that. Okay. So she at least understands what that's all about.
Yeah.
Good enough.
Yep.
For a 7-year-old, very good.
So anyway, that would, I got a big kick out of all of the different stuff and how they integrated the movies together. I would say that there were some opportunities that they missed of integrating some of those movies together. The biggest being, why in the hell did they not allow Elsa to have powers in the movie or as fight along with you?
Yeah.
That seems to me like the biggest oversight, but I think
I promised my 3-year-old that she would have powers.
She does, but she doesn't fight along with you.
I promised her that would happen.
Okay, when you play
it's fine, but it's weird. I just made the assumption. It's an interesting point.
Just put the movie on and then hold the controller. She won't know.
Honestly, there are literal parts of the movie that they just put in the Frozen world. Like
it's just 2 songs ripped straight from the
movie. Just straight into it. Like they didn't even give a shit.
Nope.
Oh, guys.
And they didn't. I don't know about the Frozen world. You have to refresh me on this. But did they have all the voice actors for that one?
So Frozen was Idina Menzel and Kristen Bell, the original voice actors, and I can't think of Christoph.
That's not what John Travolta called her.
No.
And they had Josh Gad in there.
Yes. Yeah. Josh Gad was in there, and I can't remember what the guy that does Christoph's voice, but it was him. Okay. Toy Story was definitely not.
Toy Story was terrible.
Toy Story was bad.
It was, but have you done the Toy Story level?
I have. Yeah. That's why I'm cringing. Okay. I just finished. So oddly enough, I did that first before Tangled. I didn't know you could switch them.
Yeah. So it's everyone else is accurate, but Toy Story. So they did.
No, Monsters is not.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I forgot about Monsters. I forgot about Monsters Inc. completely. But they Zachary Levi does. Oh my God! Flynn Rider's voice in Tangled. They got the Big Hero 6 people. Scott Adis does Baymax's voice. But yeah, I forgot about. They did.
Was Pirates? Did they have the people for that? No, I don't think they did.
It's not Johnny Depp, but I believe they did get the other Orlando Bloom, and what is her name?
What's
Keira
Orlando
Knightley.
Bloom doing? What?
Did they have Keira? Was that Keira Knightley?
Yeah.
Okay,
that was her. That's a good pickup.
If that is her, then she phoned that in because it sounded pretty bad.
It was. I thought the whole thing was bad with Pirates. I don't know if I doubt that was Jeffrey Rush though either. Yeah. But they did get what's his name? Hades. James Woods.
Yeah.
James Woods did Hades.
But they didn't get Phil. The guy that does Phil.
I don't think he even had a line.
He didn't even have a line, which is super awkward.
Phil is like, they show him, I remember just because I recently saw it, they like point to him and he runs off screen and that is it.
Yeah.
It's weird.
It's very, why even have him on there?
I don't know. Yeah.
Well, the whole Hercules world I thought was kind of slightly out of place.
An interesting theory on that it was developed a long time ago.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't look nearly as nice as the rest of it, for sure. And you're right. Because I'm playing it, I'm like, this doesn't look very good.
Yeah.
And then I get to Toy Story and I'm like, oh, this looks great.
I will say I think the frame rate's better in Hercules, but that's because of everything else is
it's very simple.
Yeah, it was very simply drawn. You could just even tell and I wasn't sure if it was because Hercules is drawn that way, but those character models from the movie are kind of blocky to begin with, so I wasn't quite sure how much of it was an animation choice versus a actual graphics choice, because
it's hard to know.
It's hard to tell, but I mean, the Pirates area was incredibly rendered. I thought. I mean, for just looks wise, they actually did.
That was one of the better ones for sure.
It looked better than anything. But
Pirates and Toy Story were probably the two worlds that were
rendered the best. Yeah. The one area I thought they could have spent a little more time, and I think maybe there's more to do in the end game, is San Francisco with Big Hero 6.
Yeah.
I felt like that whole level was very rushed.
Yeah.
So which ones have you finished, Jason? I guess have you?
I'm in Tangled right now.
Okay, so you finished Toy Story and you're in Tangled.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I got I'm hearing I have a ways to go.
And that I haven't played. I haven't seen Tangled and I haven't seen Frozen, so I'm not sure. But those two areas were extremely boring to me because there's just a forest and then there's just a big area covered with snow. And I get that maybe that's just what those movies were like.
Well, the entire point of Tangled was that she was in a forest. Like they basically locked her away in this tower that was away from
they tell you the story,
right?
I mean,
and so it was supposed to be a large gap of forest, and you actually I would say probably an hour of the movie Tangled is you going through this forest to get to the castle. So it is kind of the same thing. And then
I just felt like it all looked the same. It was just really boring for me. That one less so, but the Frozen one.
The Frozen one, I mean, how do you make snow stuff?
Was there nothing in that movie? Was there not a village or anything.
That was the whole point, was that she leaves the village, and that's where you start the point of the game, is that she leaves the kingdom and she goes off to the North Mountain to be by herself. Because she's afraid she's going to hurt somebody with her ice powers. And so that's what you're doing, is you're essentially chasing her up the mountain, which is in this forest area up to the mountain. All of it was true to the movie on what your scenery was, because you do you're chasing people through an open area.
I get that, but that's still like, you could have maybe then picked a different setting. I don't know, like they did it with Toy Story, where that's not from the movie at all. They just had a different area that was inspired by the movie.
Ton of movies of Toy Story, and
right, but they could have like taken the movie and then had an area that was inspired by it, rather than trying to recreate the movie, and had a more interesting place.
I will say, you start off in Andy's room, very, I guess, short, brief time.
You could literally spend like 30 seconds in there if you want to.
Right, yeah, you can go around and look for stuff, which, you can go around and find all the emblems and treasures and all that stuff. But then you mess around in the yard for a while, and then you go to the toy store. I think that level, or that whole area, was designed pretty well. Because there was a lot of different areas to go to. At the same time, I was even hoping for a little more interactivity with some of the toys.
Yeah,
like in the toy store. You're in a toy store, there should be a lot more interactivity. There was some decent stuff, like those weird, big giant plushy things that you could jump off of and bounce super high, like that.
There was the robots that you could use.
Yeah, the robots things were good.
Which I didn't really like doing, but
I didn't really care for the robots either. The one thing about Toy Story that bothered me the most was, and I've heard both versions of this, was I hated the music. Because it was the same "You Got a Friend in Me" music over and over.
I liked it at first, but then
do that at Andy's room and then be done with it. Like I hate that song with a passion, because it's Randy Newman. Hey, you got a friend in me.
Yeah, but it's from Toy Story.
Redhead lady looking for an apple. She gonna take it, but she wipe it off first. She gonna take a bite.
Takes a long hard look at Wendy. So
I don't. Okay, so Jason, I think you hit the nail on the head here, because it sounds like we're agreeing on a lot of stuff. It's just that you like the Disney stuff and I don't really care about it. So I think you actually really just hit the nail on the head.
And that's why I asked. I was like, do you have a fondness for Disney? Because if you don't, then you're not going to have a good time with this.
What are you thinking so far?
Let's maybe like combat wise. Like, are you liking the combat?
On. We gotta let's bookend the topic of dislike, who it's for, not for. Let's just finish that. So, I remember the first time I heard about Kingdom Hearts was from Logan. He was jacked, and I was like, I'll try this. But the thing that I liked about it was the Squaresoft stuff.
Yeah. And there's nothing in this game.
And the thing is the people who are, all pissed off about that, I'm like, good, be pissed off about it, because no one gives a shit about the Final Fantasy characters.
That is not true, because I care more about that.
Okay, no, let's put it no, I shouldn't say no one gives a shit about them, is that the game itself.
Caleb gives a shit.
I give a shit. Way more of a shit about Final Fantasy than I do Disney.
But how do you shoehorn those characters into that?
I don't know. Figure it out.
They shoehorn Disney characters in for no reason. Why couldn't they do it with Final Fantasy characters?
Yeah, I get defensive because
what sells to the masses? Disney or Final Fantasy?
Oh, that doesn't.
I understand. It doesn't mean I have to like it.
And that was like the whole original pitch of this game was Final Fantasy meets Disney.
Right. So that's my all the way back. I wasn't even gonna say anything negative. Now I'm frustrated.
Okay. So how did you like how they were integrated in the first one? How the Final Fantasy?
I liked that they were there.
Okay.
It was cool to see them and be like, oh, cool, that's this person,
But I felt like it was just oh, cool, it's this person. There was actually no real... They didn't have a purpose. Like,
other than the Disney characters.
They should have. It was poorly integrated in, and how that they were supposed to be looking for the next 7 pieces of light.
Right. And
They talked about it very briefly, but in each world, but never to the point where they should have.
Yeah.
Because
there was no story hook there.
No, like there was, obviously Rapunzel was going to be one of the sources of light. Elsa and Anna were going to be a source of light.
Can I say something positive?
Yes.
When you first break Rapunzel out and she's like, I'm the worst person ever. I'm never going back. I hate myself. This is the best day ever. That was funny.
Also from the movie.
Yeah.
Oh, is it? Is that from the movie?
Have you not seen Tangled?
No.
I guess
my daughter's not old enough yet to really absorb all
my understanding
stuff.
is that Tangled and Frozen were literally just like every line basically was just straight from the movies.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Okay.
Close to it. Yeah. I mean, there were sections that were not from the movies.
Can I finish my point? I'm not going to attack Kingdom Hearts here. I'm really not.
No, do it. It's fun.
I'm really not.
Trust me.
Logan's reached his limit of
it's fine.
Kingdom Hearts criticism. So I understand. So when you told me about it originally, I got a lot out of the Final Fantasy hook to it, and then it opened the door to the Disney stuff for me. So it was a nice introduction to this Disney stuff that I wouldn't probably have otherwise been interested in.
Okay.
And so I enjoyed when it was like 50-50. That's what I love about Kingdom Hearts 1. And then in 2, they gave it an effort. Like Squall is into, Cloud is into, whether or not it's poorly or whether or not it's correctly done.
When you say 50-50, I would say it's 90-10.
In the first one?
Oh, very much so.
Really?
I mean, other than...
I don't remember.
There's not a ton of Final Fantasy stuff in there.
Okay.
To be honest.
That's why I said I'm not too. When people are like, oh yeah, you got to get the Final Fantasy stuff in there. I said, well, what was it really doing to start with?
It could be the stuff that impacted me the most. Is why I remember it, because I really do remember the Cloud and Squall stuff. I remember
that Sephiroth fight is like that's probably the best.
So like that, but that stuff was optional.
Yeah,
you didn't have to do the Cloud fight. You didn't have to do the Sephiroth fight. The only real characters that were actually part of the game were Squall and Yuffie
and Aeris.
Yeah, I forgot about Aeris.
Auron's in it too, right?
Auron's in, yep,
barely. Yeah, I mean, it's and he doesn't even have actually a thing to do with anything until I want to say it's 358/2.
Oh, okay.
Like that there's an actual storyline with him. That's where I guess I was, and not, that's what I'm saying, I'm not saying nobody wants him, but I was more just saying like, what were they really doing to start with? Because I feel like if you were to throw him into the third part of the game, now you're just really throwing them in because they weren't really doing anything to start with. And when was the last popular Final Fantasy character? Lightning,
right? So they would have to. That's what I thought too. I was like, well, they're not going to put Lightning in here. I understand. Yeah. I'm playing it, and I'm literally like, well, they can't put Lightning in here. I understand why they can't. I just, for me, I would have enjoyed that because that's what originally made me even try Kingdom Hearts. And so to see that be totally gone was just a little bit of a bummer for me. And I don't know if Kingdom Hearts maybe isn't mine. Like maybe it's not for me.
Yeah, I'm fully aware it's not for everybody.
That's what I'm saying is that it is for people that are into Disney movies that enjoy the combat, and especially what difficulty did you play on?
I should have played on Proud.
Yeah,
but I played on normal. Because
then you probably would have dug into the systems a little bit more. The same thing that why I really enjoyed The Witcher on Blood March. Like there are systems in that game that you otherwise wouldn't experience unless you're playing Proud.
I don't even know if it's that. Yeah, I think that game's a hack and slash.
You would probably use the R2, like the dash move. You'd probably use that a whole lot more to get away from stuff and clear space.
There's sure a whole lot of menuing that you can do in there if it doesn't impact combat. Certainly, crafting, and there's stuff going on.
Turning on and off certain abilities for certain fights. I think you'd do a lot more stuff like that.
I feel like I never struggled with having enough AP. Like
no. I'm talking about if you had played on Proud.
You can. There's people who are doing Proud runs on the 0 XP. Like people are doing level 1. No leveling and doing full Proud runs. Like that's like already. So that even just tells me like maybe the game just wasn't hard enough.
So the best part of the game for me was at the end when there's that gauntlet of like 12 bosses in a row.
Well, yeah, I mean this isn't a huge spoiler. You're gonna fight Organization 13.
There's literally like it's like cutscene boss fight, like a bunch in a row.
I would say it was the last 3 hours or just all boss fight.
Yeah,
cool.
And I went into that because I was rushing through. I went in underleveled, which made it a lot more fun.
Okay, yeah, I could see that. Like, because you were what, like a 31 or something?
30, like I think I ended the game at like 34 or something like that.
I ended the game at 42. So
that's pretty good.
So I actually died quite a few times in those fights because
I think I died twice.
I had to like reconsider strategy and I need to watch out for this attack when he does it, stuff like that. So that actually made it a lot more fun. I wish that they would have encouraged that throughout the whole game.
Yeah, I think, and I think the way that I leveled up was the hour that I spent in Pirates.
Yeah,
that was how I leveled up, and because the ship combat stuff, it gave you a ton of XP.
Oh, can I just say that I've always hated the gummy ship.
Oh, I hate the gummy ship. I absolutely can't stand the gummy ship. Sorry, when I said ship combat, I meant the Pirates ship combat. Yeah. Gummy ships can fuck off. That is the worst part of the game. Whenever they were like, "Oh yeah, gummy ships are back," I was like, "Oh god!"
And then they make you actually do like fights in them.
Oh, they're terrible.
Oh my god! Can I just skip this, please?
Like, I'm gonna go back, and I was thought about 100%ing this. I'm gonna about 92% this because I'm not doing the gummy ship stuff. I'll go back and get all the lucky emblems. I'll go do all those things, but I'm not doing the gummy ship stuff. That's where I draw the line in my Kingdom Hearts fandom.
Other thoughts? We keep interrupting you and then going off on a tangent.
I think you guys care more about it than I do, both from a critique perspective. You, Caleb, wanting something out of it that'll never be, and I think you enjoy it as a fan of these various properties.
So
you're kind of pre-engaged with this stuff, and it delivered on the things that you wanted to deliver on. And I think that, and I'm probably more like Caleb, but I just don't think I'm not the target audience.
Right.
So I'm not going to try. I'm not going to get all bent out of shape because the combat isn't rich and fluid and amazing, and the storytelling isn't great because it's not. I'm not who they want.
I would say
who they need. They need Logan. They don't need me.
But my point to that is there are things that they could have done to make us way more interested in the game that they didn't do. There could have been a much more clear story hook for people that are uninitiated.
But that's I stopped when Sora found Kairi, and it was anticlimactic. Like that's when the expectations for Kingdom
was
Hearts,
it too.
I know
when they fucked that up in 2.
Yeah,
badly.
That's when it ended for me because I feel like.
But they had 13 years here to reboot that.
I feel like every Final Fantasy game that has focused on a relationship has nailed that part. Riku, Yuna.
Except for 15.
Well, yeah, and all the recent Final Fantasies I have problems with too. But
Riku?
Not Riku. Sorry, not Riku.
Titus and Yuna.
Titus, thank you. Titus.
Titus. No, it's Titus.
Sorry.
Titus?
Yes, Titus.
Titus. Sorry, Titus. Riku. Riku and Lulu.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that was sex too.
I feel like when they dropped that ball for me personally, my expectations were tempered a little bit. So I know that I'm not going to get, and so I've done the research and I'm trying to understand the Organization 13, the Dark and Light, and the Keyblade War and stuff like that, and I have a pretty good understanding about it, but I'm not going to get the relationship storytelling from a Final Fantasy game that I get out of this.
They did. I mean, I will say it is the most disappointing part of that is how they've handled the Sora and Kairi relationship. I think they've not spent enough time on it.
That's how it was originally pitched, like all the way back.
And that's why 1 was so good, was because of how they handled that relationship. And 2 was just botched as shit. And 3, I still cared about what happened, but the way that they kept Kairi out of everything up until the end, it's not well done.
And the whole thing should have probably been that, you know, Kairi is like the missing piece in all of this, and she's a badass, and she, or
it comes to find out like her heart is the purest or something or whatever,
something like that. But it just turned out that nope, she's just a damsel in distress again for like the third time in a row,
right?
Which sucks.
Spoiler.
I mean, yeah, sure.
I mean, but yeah, that I will say that is a bummer. That was I'm still was okay with how they ended everything with stuff, but I think it could have been more dramatic, and it could have been. I feel like it could have been better done.
When 1 and 2 came out, that was in such a different time for games, and especially storytelling in games. There weren't good stories in games then. The ones that were exceptions. And we're in a place now where every great single player game that comes out, it has a great story to it. And they didn't modernize that at all. They decided to stick with what got them there and didn't put anything in there to hook people that weren't fully invested in the Kingdom Hearts lore.
I don't think they cared.
They didn't care at all. They were like, nope, well, we don't have time to do something else here, so we're not going to even bother trying to get new people into this game. We're only going to fan service.
Well, at the same time, though, when they re-release, they did re-release 1 and 2, but you can't change what 1 and 2 were.
Yeah.
And I think so there's part of it, I guess, do you keep a consistent message?
But they could have had everything exactly the same way it was, and had just a very simple, compelling reason to go from Disney World to Disney World. And that would have solved so many problems for me if I had some sort of story that I could sink my teeth into and know why I'm doing what I'm doing and having a goal, instead of just this mindless.
I get it, and I guess the only thing that saved me from it was I just wanted to go to each Disney World because I wanted to go to each Disney World.
Yep.
It's kind of
there were a couple where I was like, I'm really curious what they do with the Monsters World, and it was okay, I guess.
Yeah, the Monsters World was fine. Like the things that they did within each world, I think the way they could have gone more deep into it, and I would have liked to seen how they could have done it with the Frozen World, and how they said. On how they were kind of like, you know what? Elsa hasn't decided whether she's going to be the light or the dark yet. Like, and this is like, I would have been curious to see like a little bit of dark Elsa.
Yeah.
But there's no way in hell Disney was going to allow them to do that.
Right.
They also, they had they have the Angry Baymax, which, okay, like at least they kind of did that part of it. But they could have gone a little. The Elsa thing was probably the only thing that they could have gone a little deeper on. Which, by the way, if you probably this is kind of a really weird thing, but they released the trailer for Frozen 2 yesterday.
Yeah, I didn't watch it.
So the very beginning of Frozen 2 is Elsa on a extremely dark beach that looks like the dark beach from Kingdom Hearts. It's creepy as hell, and it's like. If they would just do this and just be like, yep, she's in the realm of darkness. It's Kingdom Hearts 4. She's a Keyblade master now. Fuck it, I'm sold. I don't think that's what that would never be what it is. But damn it, that would be great if it was, because it looks exactly like it.
Yeah, it just everything keeps coming back to the do you love Disney or do you not love Disney?
I think you're right, and that's probably why I'm able to excuse a couple of those things that you said. And at the same time, while the combat was repetitive at times, is maybe an understatement.
Yeah. It's good though.
It's good. It's good.
It's solid.
It's good. It's solid. And every time you got a new Keyblade, you wanted to go and see what you were going to do with it. And it never felt like, because you got a new one every world, you were willing to go and check it out, and you could swap 3 Keyblades at once.
Yeah.
And I think that was like, oh, hey, well, if I want to be this more melee-powered one, or if I want more of the magic-powered one, then you could go back and forth between those, and it was interesting. Some of the attraction things got a little I skipped them after a while, like cause especially like the blaster one. I'm like, okay, this one's not even that good.
Yeah, or the carousel.
The carousel one, like it was. So I
would just hit it and then hit finish right away.
Yeah, I was like, I was like, okay, what can I do to finish this up really fast? But like where was Donald's meteor thing? I needed that more.
Yeah, I know, right?
Like that was a hell of a. I don't know if you've come across that one yet. You've probably got the firework one at this point. Yeah, and so I think I'll get that one upgraded. But yeah, Donald's meteor, man, give me that all day. And like the Trinity Shield, I didn't care for that one.
No, that's
the Goofy Bombardier. The animation took too long. I think you can turn that stuff off.
Well, you can just hit square for most of them and then just skips
it. Yeah, but I think there's a way to turn off some combat animation, and I think that's like for the Goofy thing and for the Donald stuff. Like it is basically you just press it and it happens. It doesn't. So none of the you don't have to press a button or anything to get through it. But yeah, obviously you and I are in. It's going to be different camps on that one. But that's fine. Got things that you love.
It's not like I'm not mad that people like this game. I'm really trying to understand why it doesn't connect, and I think it just boils down to Disney.
Mm-hmm. Greatest thing that ever happened. They released a game the day they announced it. Apex Legends.
Okay.
That's incredible. I can't believe that.
When did that happen? I missed it.
Monday?
Last Monday.
Yeah.
So 10 days ago.
Oh. And they're already at
25 million unique users, 2 million concurrent users. It's blown past everything. Fortnite is no longer the most popular game on Twitch anymore.
Really?
It is Apex Legends.
Wow.
Yes.
Holy shit.
Yeah. Apex Legends.
No wonder people are so beast at it already.
Yeah.
Man.
This game has blown everybody away. I mean, I've played it a little bit. I couldn't even tell you how many matches I've played. 20 probably.
I played about 8.
Yeah.
You played any?
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've played, I don't know, 15 matches, maybe.
Okay. So none of us have played a ton, but we've all at least checked it out.
I tried it. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. What's everybody's thoughts on it? I guess. I mean, if we all played the big ones at this point, I mean, we've all at least tried PUBG, Fortnite. I think I'm the only one that's played Blackout on Call of Duty.
Yes, that's correct.
Yeah, I haven't played it.
I mean,
I never actually played any PUBG, but I've watched tons of it.
Okay. I like it. I mean, it's somewhere in between Fortnite and PUBG, and
I really, really, really want to like it.
You don't like a lot of FPSs, though.
I can't do it. I am horrible at it, and I just there's the learning curve for me is just going to be so steep that I would have to bang my head up against it for a long time, and I'm not willing to do that. But I really want to because I think it's really cool.
Yeah,
I don't know how to solve that problem.
Right. There is no. The only thing I wish there was more of a, and this isn't realistic because there's no realistic way to do it, but I wish there was a lobby that I could join for people that are at a lower skill level.
Yeah.
But I know that's not realistic because then how do you gate that?
The thing is there used to be a thing like that in Halo 2. It used to be based on your skill versus based on how much you played or anything else, or just however they put it in.
But you would get people that are cheating the system. And
you had
games on purpose.
There was. I mean, you get what was D-rankers is what we called them. Yeah, you'd end up when you'd have a D-ranker on your team and he's just throwing grenades against the wall and shooting you, and it was the worst thing ever. But it was like really, and
I haven't thought about that in years.
I know that's been how long has that been? I mean,
terrible though when it happened.
It was like 15 years ago at this point. But yeah, I mean that happened all the time. But yeah, I it is what it is. I mean, with Apex Legends, they're using the Titanfall engine, which is interesting.
It's obvious. Right?
It's very obvious.
It feels like Titanfall.
It's a lot slower than Titanfall, though. The
movement,
there's no movement. Yeah, the running is even just like about half the speed. as Titanfall. So and obviously there's no Titans, but it gives them opportunities to do that in the future, which will be interesting. I don't know if they will ever include Titans in that.
I don't see how. Are they working on Titanfall 3?
They've confirmed that they are working on Titanfall 3.
So they can't do that. You can't cannibalize your $60 game with your free to play.
I would imagine they'll just put in more characters.
That's probably because they've got 6 heroes right now, and then 2 that you can buy, and sounds like only 1 is actually worth buying.
Maybe they'll have a character that can summon a Titan temporarily or something like that,
or something goofy. Yeah. I mean, in the I don't even know. I mean, the levels aren't super designed for it either. I mean, there's some of the weapons are the same as Titanfall, the named weapons and stuff, but I mean, a couple of them are a little bit different. That for me, it's a little slow in that, just because it's like, oh, I feel like this is Titanfall, but it's not. My brother-in-law and I have been playing it here and there. Best I finished was I think top 3 squads. So, and it was one of those where it was like we were on the outside of or like right on the top, like we were overlooking a cliff. Like both teams were down at the bottom of the cliff avoiding each other, and we were at the very top. And then the circle just closed down on us enough where we had to drop right in the middle of both teams and got obliterated, which was a lot of fun. But he's been playing a lot more. He was playing Fortnite and then was playing Black Ops Blackout mode, and then now is just playing this. So I think, that audience is, I don't know if they're fickle, or they're always looking to move on to the next big thing. He's streaming it all the time and stuff, and so I don't that's I think that's what people are looking for too, is they're like, oh, what's the next new game I can stream so that I can, like, if I'm new doing it and I get good at it, I can be the next Ninja. I think he said he's won a couple games and he's better at it than I am, that's for sure, but I think that's part of the appeal of it, is to show off, like, who's going to be the best new person. Is Ninja going to be the best person at this game anymore, or can I be the next best person at it and become the next big YouTuber or whatever, Twitch streamer or whatever it is. No one uses Mixer, right? I don't know.
I don't know. Do you think Microsoft has gone out and like grabbed those people, right, from other platforms?
Oh yeah, I mean, or tried to throw them money. Yeah,
because there's no way from day one that was populated the way it was with people with setups and stuff like that if they hadn't. So
yeah, like I said at the start, I'm still just find this incredible that they flew everybody out flew media out on I think it was a Wednesday. Gave it to streamers showed it to streamers on a Thursday or Friday, and then announced it on Monday and released it right then. Like that just doesn't happen these days, and that's impressive. I mean, some of the leaks got out over the weekend, like, hey, Titanfall people are making a battle royale. Like, what? Like, and it was like, but nobody really, like, everybody just kind of knew, like, oh, it's no Titans, and that was kind of the rumor. But then nobody knew what the name was or what it was going to be, and the name is terrible, by the way. It's Apex bad. Legends.
Why not just Apex?
Yeah.
Should I ask the question?
Go ahead. I don't even know what.
Are we hunting legends
at
their
God
Apex?
Damn it!
Or are these legends at their Apex? I'm surprised you guys didn't see that coming.
No.
No to both.
No to everything. Next topic.
When this did come out,
shutting down Apex Legends.
I've thought about it already. I've thought, because when I'm playing this, I see this, and I knew this was going to come up.
Do you hear voices in your head?
I do.
They talk to you. They talk to you.
They understand.
Well,
anyway, so I mean, it sounds like they've got content planned for this. It'll be I don't know. It's an interesting choice. Also, it's a squads of 3, not 4, not 2, no solo, just 3.
coming, I think.
Yeah.
It is?
I think so.
I don't know. Yeah, I hadn't heard if that's confirmed yet or not, but I think this.
Yeah. I'm into that. I think the 3-person team is an interesting way to launch this game.
Yes.
But having said that, you guys have talked about some of the mismatches and some of the not underlevel, just experience in general, like a certain player's experience. So you get saddled with a noob like me, where I'm just trying to figure everything out. And then you could
think you're a noob. I don't even think I was able to shoot anyone in my 8 matches.
They throw you into the fire.
There's some small hitboxes too. I feel like that game has, like, the characters themselves are just small, and so you've got to be pretty precise.
Yep.
I think there should be a bots match or 2.
Yeah, that would be great.
Just one, or even before you get locked out of it, even like 1 or 2. Just so you can go in with some confidence for a guy like you, Caleb, that, well, at least wise I got a few kills. And whether they're bots or not, it doesn't matter. Like PUBG handled that on mobile pretty well, where they populated it with bots and gave people a certain confidence they may not otherwise have. So I wish that was their recommendation.
There were bots on PUBG Mobile?
Yes. So wait, you didn't know about this?
No, I did really good.
That's why you did really good.
You did really good. You remember that? I texted you guys. Way to slay those bots. Oh. I got second place last night with a guy.
Nice.
And it had that really good. We got the small circle, right? And
yeah.
It was that tense feeling that you get in PUBG. Like it's there. And it was 2v2. There was 2 of us and 2 of them left, and it got smaller and smaller. And I'm like, bloodshot eyes, like listening to everything, like turn off the podcast, like I'm like shaking, and of course we got shot and killed, and that sucked, but it does a good job of recreating that feeling, and there's nothing like it in other games other than that style of game when it gets down to it.
There's no respawning, so it's I think the other thing I was going to bring up is the ping system. I mean, that it's really nice that you don't have to talk to anybody. I mean, you can just press R1, RB, whatever you're playing on, and just say, yep, it's over here, or I'm going this way. Oh, enemies are over this way. It's a really good way of getting rid of annoying teenagers.
Yeah. And I haven't used it enough, but I think it works well. I had a teammate yesterday using it really well, and I was like, oh, that's how you use it.
I forget to use it too, and I also forget to use my hero abilities. And it's like, because I try to be the tracker guy mostly, because I think that's the best. Is
that the robot or the ghillie suit guy with the
ghillie suit guy? Robot guy has the grappling hook stuff, so you can like go up different things. So yeah, that's the one I use. Try to use the ghillie suit guy the most. If not, I use the what's her name? I forget what the name is, but it's the one with the portals. She can create portals.
Is it just Wraith?
Yeah, Wraith. Yeah, it's Wraith. I think that's a really cool mechanic. I don't always do super successful with it. I just like running through the portal because it's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I was just playing the healer because I figured even if I'm not contributing by shooting people, at least I can contribute that way.
That was how I played Overwatch. I played as
same Mercy.
No, I played,
you played Lucio. Yeah,
I played Lucio. This way I didn't have to.
You don't have to aim really at people.
Yeah.
Do you guys? Maybe you agree or disagree. I think the music is like.
It's cool.
Oh, that launch music.
How good is that? Dun, dun, it's so good.
And then
it's so good.
And then you look at the trail of all the different colored people dropping. That is so cool.
It is. Yeah. You're cycling through that menu, selecting your character. The music's banging. Like it is.
Yep.
The music is excellent. Well done. That is that's my favorite part of it. Is the menu, listening to that, then I launch and I hear it again. I'm like, I'm a murder and I'm dead.
Just give me reload again. Just give me like an hour campaign mode with each character, and I'd be okay with that.
That's what's really interesting.
So I have a game for you. Call of Duty Black Ops 4 has a little bit of campaign with each hero.
It's not that long though, is it?
I would say you get about 20 minutes with each hero.
Okay. Yeah.
And you get to experience quite possibly one of the douchiest announcer guys you've ever seen in your entire life.
Okay.
It might be worth checking out, actually, if that's something you're interested in.
I'm not interested in Call of Duty as much as this. Like, I like the look and feel of this. I like the character design. I like the music, like you were talking about. Like, I really want to like this universe.
Okay, I will go back to just this part of Kingdom Hearts. Did you at least like the music?
Mostly. Okay. That Skrillex song is great.
It's banging.
Yes. Where's that at?
The very beginning.
It's the opening music. Face My Fears.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's good. Yeah.
That's all I wanted to just get back to.
I would agree with that. That's one of the. I had lots of positive things to say about Kingdom Hearts, but I just.
Sorry, I railroaded that.
But I think I typically will check out the music in something, maybe for a little bit, and then I'll podcast my way through a game. Even like narrative stuff for the most part. Pause podcast, play it, and then I'll listen to the cutscene. But even Toy Story, like, I know you guys said it was annoying, but I just didn't reach my limit with that the way you guys did.
Okay.
It's weird. I don't know why. I don't mind that song actually the way that you do.
Yeah.
It's just matters of taste, right? But I was just like, and I haven't podcasted at all during this game, and
just because the music's good.
Yeah, because the music is so excellent.
Well, and there is a cutscene every 30 minutes, or not every 30 minutes.
Yeah,
sorry,
so
every
like,
10 minutes.
I would be constantly pausing it anyway.
That was just something I forgot to bring up. Yeah,
the music's excellent. The other thing about Kingdom Hearts that I will say that I wanted to say is, especially the way I play games and the way I consume media, I am the darker the better. The more downtrodden, the better. That's just the stuff I gravitate to. The more violent, the better.
You can tell by our toady list that I think we all kind of do that.
Yeah. I mean, that's, for whatever reason, in TV, though, that's where things are at with TV.
Yeah.
That's where the good stuff is being created. But I do it in all forms, like of media, music, games, whatever. And there's a certain... I say Kingdom Hearts isn't mine because there's a certain innocence that's there that is really charming. And I like the fact that it is accessible to everyone. I think that is a huge feather in that game's cap.
Yeah.
It may not be for me, right? But it's not supposed to be. And so my expectations for it were kind of gone when the Kyrie thing went away, but that doesn't mean that that doesn't mean that it's not for someone, right? And you were trying to think, like, I've been literally thinking about it this whole time, like, why do people like it? Maybe that's part of it. Is it something for everyone?
That's a good point.
And it's not gated by rated M or even teen.
Yeah, it's E.
Right. Like even Apex Legends is teen, right?
Probably.
But it's like,
so, yeah.
There's some blood there. It's violent.
But it's also not retail.
Yeah, true. But I really do enjoy, similar to your point about some of the stuff on your toady list is like non-confrontational. I get some of that from Kingdom Hearts 3. Like, I can play Kingdom Hearts in front of my 3-year-old and not sweat it.
Yeah.
And to me, that's there's something great about that. She looks up, she's like, oh yeah, that's cool. There is something good. Like, I see where you're coming from. But for me, sitting alone playing it, like, that's probably where I'm better suited for something else.
You're better suited for something darker.
Right.
I mean, that's your preferred taste.
But there is something special about a game this big that is this accessible to everyone.
Well, if you like dark things, let's take a minute to compare Resident Evil with Kingdom Hearts.
I was about to do it, and I thought, I was like, I have to ride in a car with him for about 10 minutes, and it may not happen.
Tires and walk home. Not doing that.
The only other, my only other note, I made some notes about Kingdom Hearts. There are zippers everywhere. Just
Pete's zipper is...
Wait.
Ooh, that's a weird one.
Yeah. The zipper, I mean, there's zippers on Donald's hat for no reason. The entire time, every cutscene, I was just like, there's a fucking zipper on Donald's hat.
So I shouldn't complain about lack of Final Fantasy, because that's some legacy Final Fantasy.
There's plenty of Final Fantasy.
I think it's the same character designer, actually, if I remember right.
Zippers.
Zippers. Zippers and belts.
Zimura or something like
that.
Yeah.
Something, I don't remember the exact name, but...
I think that was all I had on these notes. On anybody else on Apex Legends, anything
I hope to play. There's a lot of stuff coming out, but I hope to play that some more.
I want to close Kingdom Hearts real quick.
Okay.
I want to say, I hope I didn't say this, but there's a big difference between a bad game and a game that's like not for you. And I hope I didn't say it was bad in there anywhere.
I don't think you did. I think you said it was.
I don't think it's a bad game, but I personally did not connect with me.
Yeah, and I will be the first.
My theories on why are well documented.
Yeah.
In this
I'm really glad we had this conversation because it helped me understand why.
And I think I'm the first to admit it's not a perfect game, but for me, it was exactly what I needed.
That's fair.
And for me, it was a lot of fun, and I got to.
I'm glad we circled back around because I didn't like leaving it contentious like that.
Okay, I didn't either. All right. Okay. Do we want to hit on upcoming things coming out here real quick? Just for
there's so much stuff.
I'm doing like next 2 weeks. That's it. Like
there's so much stuff.
I know. Play the lightning round music. Don't we have that somewhere? That's pretty close to what he did the first time too. Yeah.
Okay. Tomorrow, Crackdown 3, getting terrible reviews.
I'm still gonna play it.
I'll still play it, but it's getting terrible reviews.
And bought Game Pass.
Me too. It was $1 or $2.
Yeah,
it was
and
$2.
I think for Game Pass, this is worth it. Yeah. And like it's what it is. And then you can play Late Shift and tell me what you think of it when you're on Game Pass.
I mean, I have so much stuff to play now.
I know it's an hour. Metro. Anybody?
I'll be playing Metro eventually.
Yeah, I will be too.
Yeah,
okay. It looks good.
I just want to see it.
The reviews are
it just looks too good.
Like, that's the point. Yeah. Is like even if I finish it or whatever, I want to see it on my Xbox One X.
Yeah, as when I say it looks good, that visually, that's it. Yeah.
Sure.
The reviews are not what I was hoping they would be, but they're still solid. They're like low 80s. So
that's better than Crackdown.
Yeah.
What is Crackdown at?
60.
Yeah, it's low.
So can I just real quick? I'm not surprised that Crackdown is reviewing poorly.
Either.
You guys aren't either. But the Game Pass sale right before Crackdown's launch isn't a surprise, right?
No,
we all connect those dots.
There's
right?
a reason,
I'm not the only genius who had that.
Yeah, there's a reason why it went out for $1. Yeah, and it's because they're just hoping everybody forgot to renew, a la me, and to. That's why I still have Game Pass until March 4th because I forgot to renew.
Like, Crackdown sucks, but it cost me $2, and then you don't renew.
And then you don't renew, or you get in the Game Pass system and you go, oh, look at what's all getting here. Like this isn't bad stuff. Like, okay, yeah, like
so using not bad, mediocre game to pitch Game Pass isn't a surprise or the dumbest strategy.
No,
because it doesn't have to be good.
No, you get every Halo game and every Gears game and every Forza game. Like, okay, sure.
Just because you wanted to check out Crackdown.
Just because you wanted to check out Crackdown for $1, and maybe you keep it for an extra month or something. I don't know. Who knows? Far Cry New Dawn also tomorrow.
I will be checking that out eventually. I'm not in a huge rush to play that one.
Okay. You even gonna think about it, Jason?
There's too much other stuff. I think.
Yep.
Yeah.
Knowing that it's a $40 game, right?
I believe so.
It's Far Cry 5 map. The farther was right. I think I'm good.
Yeah.
Also tomorrow, Jump Force.
Oh yeah.
Jump Force. Skip. Big skip.
I don't think
I didn't play Dragon Ball FighterZ, so why would I play Jump Force?
Right. Okay.
I don't know if you guys have seen the animations that have been floating around on the internet for it, but it looks
bad. Oh no.
There's a scene. No. Do you know who Frieza is from Dragon Ball?
Mm-hmm. I don't.
The white dude with purple.
Oh yeah. He's kind of tall.
Sure. In certain forms, yeah.
Maybe I have Mr. C.
He has like
confused with
Frieza has like 6 forms, so yes. But anyway,
like Xehanort.
There's literally a scene where two of the characters are talking. I don't even remember who he's talking to, but he's like, "Ha ha ha! I will see you later," or something like that. And his character model literally just goes up, and he floats away. like Poochie from The Simpsons.
Oh no!
No animation on him at all. Just the character model floats straight up into the air.
Oh, that's good. Where's Poochie? Never again.
He returned to his home planet.
Oh, that's funny. Oh man. Okay. Anyway, so we're skipping Jump Force. Anthem.
It's if you do. Origin Premiere, you can play that starting tomorrow, Friday as well.
I am not even going to count that as a thing.
Okay, so it's out on Tuesday.
It's out on the 22nd. It's technically the release date. It's got 5 release dates.
Well, we'll see. We'll see. I don't know what I'm doing this weekend yet, but I might do the Origin premiere. It's $15 for a month.
Is that the same as EA Access?
No,
because you're still paying for the game.
EA Access, no. So EA Access is the you get the demos and the vault.
Hold on a second.
Yeah.
Is this available on everything or just as a PC launcher?
PC. Premiere is only PC.
Got it.
Access is on Xbox and PC.
Got it.
So Access is you get the vault of the older stuff and you get the timed demos, trials, whatever you want to call them, of the new stuff.
Yeah.
Premiere is you get the vault and you also get the games as they come out as well.
But it's a monthly fee. So
and
it's
not
like
on
Game
console.
Pass?
Yes, it's more like
Game Pass.
More
Okay.
like Game Pass.
Not on console. Just a PC.
And that's not on console.
Within
correct.
the Origin launcher.
Correct.
Okay. All right. That makes a little more sense. I could have you get on board with that.
$15 to play it for a month. I feel like that's
That might be
reasonable.
Worth it. And I'm also, I mean, it's kind of gotten mixed reviews based on.
Are there actual reviews out yet, or
no? When I say mixed reviews, just on the mixed,
on the demo,
mixed reactions
beta.
to the beta. Yeah, about what it is and what is it going to be and what is it. I'm also I'm actually more surprised that EA, and maybe this either is a shot against Apex Legends or a shot against Anthem, but boy, those released really close to each other.
I don't think that matters as much as a lot of people make it out to, because
these are different.
They're
games.
different demographics of people.
I guess I'm still salty about them releasing Titanfall 2 right alongside Battlefield.
That one's bad.
I'll never understand that either.
Because
can't get around that one.
As big a Titanfall fan as I am, that just made me salty. I still want to play it
because one's a BioWare game, the other one's a first-person shooter. Because this will have tons of RPG elements in it, right?
Supposed to.
Even though it's like a squad-based thing, it's still going to be like a BioWare narrative-heavy game with.
I think that's part of the question is how much narrative is in it.
Oh,
and because
I don't think it's a lot.
It doesn't sound like there's going to be a lot, and it sounds like there's going to be a lot of end game stuff, like Destiny-ish stuff that I am not a big fan of.
None of us have the time to go into a lifestyle game.
No.
With all this other stuff,
we like story-driven stuff, and this is not our cup of tea.
It's just the choice we make. We want to try to play as much as possible, which means we're not going to be able to.
You and I didn't even finish Destiny 2. We tried.
That's a short campaign too.
I know.
I think we put 7 hours into it, and we were just like, okay, because I think we hit a level cap. It was like,
oh yeah, I did have those.
It was like, really? I'm just trying to move forward in the story, and I have a level cap. Screw this. We're done.
Yeah.
And I think that was because I think we had 4 levels to move, and we were like, no way in hell are we doing this. Anyway, so we'll see what that's actually like. This is, I think, a wait and see for me on what this is going to be. I mean, if you want to pay $15, knock yourself out. But it's in my GameFly queue, I guess. But which I forgot, what the game I'm actually playing in my GameFly game right now is New Super Mario Brothers Wii Deluxe, whatever the hell you want to call it. Been playing that, co-oping it with my daughter. Fun,
cool.
It's a dumb little thing. Sure.
It's a Mario game.
It's a Mario game.
It's gonna be high quality.
Yep. You mean it's a me?
It's a me.
Mario.
March 1st, we have Dead or Alive 6 and Toe Jam and Earl. I'll play Toe Jam and Earl. I will probably not play Dead or Alive 6.
I'll check it out. I have some fond memories of Dead or Alive 3.
Oh, okay.
I think I played a little bit of Dead or Alive 3. I will be waiting for Dead or Alive Beach Volleyball.
Yes.
That'll be my
the Switch version of Dead or Alive Extreme 3.
Oh, I didn't even know there was Extreme 3 out.
It is Asia only.
Oh, we'll have to import
but
this.
there is a English version. And it also comes out in March.
Oh. Is there a photo mode?
I believe there is. But I almost pulled the trigger and at the last second decided not to.
You want to send me the link to that later?
It's $75.
Oh shit.
I know.
Maybe not.
What?
I know. I did it for the PS4 one. That was only $60.
Video on the channel.
Yeah. But I don't know if I could do the Switch one.
Oh man, by the way, Master of Unlocking on YouTube as well, just in case you're checking us out on your favorite podcast location. Oh god, what was that other terrible game we played that you imported, or was it even imported?
Oh yeah, I don't think that was imported, but didn't we play Galgun?
Galgun, yeah,
that was really bad.
That was bad.
I think I sold that one.
I kind of want to go back
actually.
and watch those.
Yeah, you probably should. I might sadly go back and watch those too. Okay, so Toe Jam and Earl is it's a thing. Check it out. I feel like I can't talk about it because I backed it on Kickstarter. As weird as that sounds.
The year of Logan.
I'm getting some stuff finally.
Launch those disclosures out there, big boy. You're in the pocket of Big Gamer.
I've had to disclose a couple things today. Jeez.
If you would have asked Logan 10 years ago, like, which 2 games would you like to come out in the same year? He would have probably picked those 2.
And I played Mutant League Football recently, which was a massive disappointment. So that was also a thing for me. Okay, so and then March 8th we have Devil May Cry 5, which I feel like is coming too soon with zero fanfare and making me nervous. But then again, 4 sucked, but DMC was good.
I liked both of those.
4.
I never really played the old ones though, so maybe it's maybe I missed out on that and didn't have a basis for comparison.
I mean, one was incredible. 2 was 3
2
was
bad.
2 is
2's bad.
2's bad. 3 was good. 4 was
good.
Meh. DMC meh. Okay, like
I like DMC a lot.
DMC's good. Yeah, I was like, but then I just don't know what to expect with this. I feel like there's been, other than the really cool ass collector's edition that's out there, that thing looks cool, but I just can't. I don't know about what's going on with this game. So it'll be interesting to see if we end up liking it or not.
Will the Devil May Cry echo when I start the game? That's all I care about.
Devil May Cry.
Cry. Yep. As long as that happens, then it's a proper Devil May Cry game.
Okay. March 15th, we have The Division 2. You can play National Treasure in that game, I found out. You literally try to steal the Declaration of Independence.
Nice. I had a lot of fun with The Division 1. I waited a while to play it, and then played it in co-op, and it was pretty fun doing that.
So, yeah. I will probably check this out at some point. I'm at the same time not like, my guess will probably be like May or something like that by the time I check it out.
When there's a lull.
Yeah. March 22nd, this is a Caleb game, Sekiro Shadows Die Twice.
You skipped another Caleb game.
Oh, I did.
Sorry. On March 30th, this was just announced yesterday. On March 20th, Chocobo's Mystery Dungeon for the Switch.
Oh, sorry, I missed that one.
What is that?
It's a...
It's the Final Fantasy.
I wasn't prepared to answer.
It's the Final Fantasy integration into Kingdom Hearts that he really wanted.
It's
like, do you like attach it like the Sega to the Sega CD or the 32? Do you just kind of snap it into the Kingdom Hearts, or how do you get it in there?
And quick reflection: there were Moogles in Kingdom Hearts.
Okay.
So check and mate, Caleb.
Also, check and mate part of Kingdom Hearts.
Oh yeah. I'm hilarious.
Are we just ending there? Is that the end of the podcast?
Maybe. I don't know. It's late.
Finish
we'll finish the list. Okay. Sekiro Shadows Die Twice, and then March 29th, I'm stopping at the end of March, Yoshi's Crafted World.
That looks dope.
It actually looks good. Yeah.
The problem... No, I'm thinking of Kirby. Sorry. I was thinking of that the yarn one.
Oh,
that was just
Kirby's Epic Yarn.
Like, it was impossible to die, so it was really boring.
Okay, yeah. So, but Kirby games only come out when the system's life cycle is completely ended.
Yeah,
that is how Kirby games work. Just out of weird Nintendo lore. So yeah, that's what's coming out. I think other than the Nintendo stuff yesterday, which you just rattled off one of those. I mean, we're getting a Mario Maker 2. Sure.
Meh.
Why not?
Okay.
And then Link's Awakening is getting redone.
I'm excited for.
The art style looks really good on that.
I'm sure. I'm just not a Zelda person.
That is one of my probably top 10 games of all time.
Link's Awakening?
Yeah. Oh. I love Link's Awakening.
What console was that originally on?
Game Boy.
Oh, really?
Game Boy. I want to
say...
No, Game Boy Color? Yeah, it was Game Boy Color. No idea. I'm pretty sure it was Game Boy Color.
So, just real quick so I understand. Do you guys think that any of the stuff we saw in the Nintendo Treehouse. Is that what it is?
Direct.
Direct. Sorry. The Direct yesterday was on new Switch hardware.
If it's new Switch hardware, it's just a revision. I don't think there's going to be
All I'm saying is I saw some really polished stuff, and I know the Switch is capable. It's more than capable, obviously, but some stuff I saw, I was like, "Huh, that looks like it's pushing the Switch."
When they've done some reiterations on like the 2DS, 3DS things, have they really upgraded the chipset in those, or has it more just been like battery life?
Yeah, I think it's generally just kind of...
Is that where we're heading with the Switch?
I think so.
I thought we were heading to like a GPU bump.
No, I think if anything, it'll have maybe a better screen, or it could have a worse screen, actually, if they want to try to save money. They could go a lot of different ways with it.
Yeah, I think, form factor wise, they have to keep it the same. I mean, otherwise it's just... But I think that's the issue, right? With it is,
what, on the new 3DS, it did have like a processor bump,
a little bit.
Yeah.
It's just something it's going to have to be able to play old Switch, or the old Switches are going to have to be able to play new Switch games.
Was it Xenoblade, which required a new 3DS? You couldn't play it on the old ones.
Yeah,
I think it was like that, and maybe one other game.
I could see them doing it with a handheld thing like that. I mean, Switch is a handheld thing, but it just seems like I really can't imagine them trying to segment a market like this early, especially when they just sold a shit ton of Switches over the holidays. Either way, it looks like they're going to have a good year because they announced some things that I didn't expect them to announce that will sell some more Switches and sell more games. So
I looked at it yesterday and I was like, damn, do I need a Switch? Like, I literally, I thought for the first time since it launched with a Mario and a Zelda game, it's been a lull here. Like, oh yeah, I definitely don't need one. And then I was like, do I need a Switch? So, I mean, for what it's worth, totally anecdotal, but I had that thought yesterday.
I mean, for two people who have a Switch, you're more hyped on Zelda. I would like to play on another Mario Maker. And then there was, they announced a kids game that my kids got really excited about. So
which game was that?
Tsum Tsum Festival.
Oh, is that
Disney.
A thing? Like,
yes.
Is that like an established brand?
Oh yeah, it's a huge brand.
I had never heard of it before.
It's actually been around for probably 4 or 5 years, and they're really big in Japan.
We'll sit them next to you at dinner.
Yeah, we have a shit ton of them at our house, probably 100.
Okay.
And the Tsum Tsum stands for stack, because you're supposed to stack them. Okay. Anyway, that sounds like a good way to end the podcast. All right. Anybody have anything else for the world on this Valentine's Day that we were about ready to head into non-Valentine's Day?
Nice long podcast, guys.
Yeah.
Pretty good one, right?
Yeah.
We covered a lot of stuff.
Covered a lot of ground.
Should we...
We were enemies and then we were friends again.
Happens every time. At least wise, we've had the real merits of it, so we can kind of, once Goaty comes back around, we can just kind of...
that's going to be
that's going to be a bloodbath this year.
Right? Yeah.
Oh, good God. Because you know what? We may have to have that Shadow of the Colossus Resident Evil discussion again.
We already had that discussion. And we decided it qualifies.
You guys literally made that example when you told me Shadow of the Colossus wasn't eligible. I remember.
I know. But now I'm rethinking it.
Salt in the wound.
Nope.
Logan's moving pieces on the old chessboard. The Kingdom Hearts chessboard.
I will filibuster. I will get a phone book, and I will sit here until Resident Evil is qualified. No, I'm kidding. We'll see.
We got a lot of games.
Who knows?
That are coming up.
Yeah,
there was a reason I asked about the beginning of, is the story different?
Oh, okay.
We won't get into this then. But anyway, we've got a lot of games coming up. We will be back in March to talk about if Anthem sucks. Probably. We'll find out a few more things.
Yeah, I think all of these games are going to be...
I have a feeling we're going to be underwhelmed.
Yeah.
I have a bad feeling about some underwhelmment that's about to happen. A lot of stuff, but may not be that good of stuff.
Yep.
All right.
AAA stuff, big stuff, so worth us.
All right. Until then, we will see you in March. This has been Valentine's Day from the Master of Unlocking Podcast. Enjoy your lover.
Love you.